All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. First of all, please invite your friends and don't forget to download the videos after we finish immediately. Um, our topic today is about anger. But before we talk about it, somebody asked me a question and I will answer. Please always subscribe, and you can join Patreon. Even if you are doing donation, you can still join, and this way you will be updated because I post there, I post in Mind, I post on Facebook and in Twitter, and even in Instagram. Like if you have Instagram, follow, because few minutes before I go on air, I make a video saying I am going live. A person asked me about the Muslims saying that we Christians, we pay the jizya as a tax. So we will answer about this before we go and start the topic about the anger. You see, always, and this is a warning for all the Christians, never understand Islam from Muslims. You see, I got my degree in Islamic law, and everything I learned which is negative about Islam, I did not learn it from the school, because who dare even to say the truth? In the school they teach you what is, let us say, if you do this, what will happen there? I mean, you study law and Sharia, and Sharia is very silly, because if you go deep, you will find there's nothing is called Sharia. Sharia, I mean, like legalizing something, but based on Islam. Now, when somebody says to you any interpretation, any explanation for anything in his cult, well, tell him, can you show me? The Muslims, when they make text, like I saw the comments of the Muslims, angry Muhammadans, because many Muslims are leaving Islam. Like in the last 48 hours, we have 3 Muslims left Islam. Just live on air, not the one I speak to them under the air. And the Muslims are very angry, and he keeps saying that Christian Prince is misquoting, not giving you the meaning, giving you the meaning out of context, etc. But I'm showing in the screen everything I show, I'm saying, and now we will show you what the jizya mean. Jizya is coming from the word jaza, which means penalty. As an example, if we go in the Quran, we search for the word jaza. All those verses here speaking about jaza, look how many. Jaza, jaza, jaza. What is jaza? As an example, chapter 5, verse number 33. And this is the word jaza in the front of us. That those those who do war against Allah, Allah will do a jaza for them, which means Allah will punish them. And what is the punishment? Depend in the case, in some cases you will be killed, some cases you will be they cut your foot, your hand, they depend. All right, so depend. So this is jaza. Jaza is saying penalty. The jizya is the penalty itself, which means it's a noun of it. Okay, like jaza is a name of something they will do. Jizya is known to be money you will pay, and for a reason. Now, what is the reason? This is Ibn Kathir, chapter 9, verse number 29. You can read the chapter, take your time and read by yourself. But if we go here, Ibn Kathir, he explained what is the jizya. And here right away you will see how the Muslims always they lie to us. And that's why I say, don't ever trust them saying anything to you about the cult of Islam. Very rarely, I believe strongly, me myself, that the only one will be truthful if you speak to him about Islam is somebody he belonged to ISIS. Those are brave people. When I say brave, I mean they are not shy. I believe they are coward, but they are brave to say what they believe. I say they are coward because they attack, you know, people unarmed, women, children, kidnap them. Very coward. But they are brave to say what they believe. The rest of the Muslims, especially those who live in the West, they sneak around. They don't really like. There's a Shia guy. His name is Imam Tawhidi. I never saw a liar more than him. I mean, this guy even he did beat Muhammad. Paying jizya is a sign of kufr and disgrace. So this is not a tax. They told you it's a tax. Well, tax, everybody pay tax. Tax is not a sign of disgrace, actually. A tax is a sign that you are a citizen and you have equal right. Christians don't have any rights except not to be killed if they pay. So the jizya simply is pay or die. Here it says, until they pay the jizya, for they do not choose to embrace Islam. So what is the reason for the jizya? Not because you are bad or no. This is for very simple reason. You refuse to accept Muhammad to be a prophet, then you have to pay it and you have to be humiliated, as you see. It have to come with the price, not only in the money. It have to come with the price of humiliation. And here we see how they lie to us when they explain what is jizya. Ibn Kathir, he speak in a time where the Islamic State is not ashamed of their teaching. This is our teaching. But if Ibn Kathir was an immigrant who is coming to the West, he will he will cover a lot. And by the way, Ibn Kathir, he cover a lot still, because Ibn Kathir, he lived in Syria where there's a lot of Christians, and all his interpretation was to defend Islam, not really to explain. So here you see Ibn Kathir saying, and feel themselves subdued, disgraced, humiliated, etc. Therefore the Muslims are not allowed to honor the people of the Dhimma. People of the Dhimma is the Christians and the Jews. What does that mean? What Dhimma mean? It's mean Muhammad, he grant them, if they pay him, they will not be killed. It's a mafia. Pay us, we protect you. Protect you from whom? From ourselves. We will not kill you. They are not protecting us from somebody else. They are the occupation. All those countries you see in the Middle East, none of them have to do with the Arab, as an example. Muhammad, he came, and after him the Muslims, like they went all the way to Iran, they went all the way to Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco. What those countries have to do with Islam? Nothing. What those are African countries. And imagine now, just because of Islam, this is what Islam does. Islam not only a religion force itself, Islam destroy cultures, which mean a person from Algeria, he want to convince himself now that he is not Algerian, Amazigh, which is the origin of those people, he is an Arab. Same for somebody from Morocco, even somebody from Somalia. Somalian, there are people, they have a dark skin. What have you to do with the Arab? The Arab are white people. So just because of Islam, everybody starts saying I am an Arab. So it's like to be okay, the Arab are the masters. Osama bin Laden, he was a big shot in Afghanistan for a very simple reason. He is an Arab and he is a Saudi. He's like God. Arab and Saudi, and like twice, like two things in the same time. Because Muhammad is from there. So the Muslims are not allowed to respect the Christians, and they have an order to humiliate them, as you see. And the Muslims, they have a duty to keep them miserable, disgraced, humiliated. And here you will see the ethic of the Prophet. And this is actually fit with our topic about anger. Don't initiate the salam to the Jews and the Christians, and if you meet any of them in the road, force them to the narrowest alley. In the old days, the dirty water used to run in the side of the road, which means it's a sewage, but it is all day sewage. So if a Muslim coming in the road and you are coming as a Christian or a Jew in the other direction, or even he is coming from the same direction you are, he arrived to your side, you have to jump immediately in the sewage. You don't change your road. You know, the Muslim, they will say to you, because it sounds like narrow alley, he's just forcing you to change your road, maybe, you know. No, you will be in the road, but you will be in the sewage. There was a video made by a Muslim. Actually, I used to have it in my computer, but I think I lost it. He was saying how Islam was able to force itself on the Christians in many countries. As an example, he gave an example in the video. You will be with your son, and a Christian is not allowed to ride his donkey facing the head of the donkey. So how he ride? He have to ride, and his back is to the head of the donkey, which is funny. Imagine you ride a horse or a donkey. By the way, they can't ride a horse, only donkeys. So you ride a donkey, but your face facing the ass of the donkey, just to humiliate them. And the guy in the video was saying, so imagine you have a son, and your son says, hey dad, why everybody is facing the street, the front, except you? Then he will say to you, because we are Christians. And with all this pressure, they will leave Christianity and they will come to Islam. And this is how Allah guided them. So the humiliation was enforced in order to force those people to convert to Islam. But after a certain time, when the Muslims have became a big number, and they don't want any, like they don't care really for more people converting, because the army became big. So even when some Christians offer to convert to Islam, the caliphate he refuse, because he want money still to come. If they convert to Islam, they will not pay jizya. You notice? If they convert to Islam, they will not pay jizya. Here you see, this is why the leader, the faithful Umar, this is the caliphate after Muhammad, he with his demand, his well-known demand, the condition to meet by the Christians, these conditions to ensure their continued humiliation, discrimination, etc. So my friend, when they say to you it's a tax, that's a big fat lie. Now here you notice that Muhammad as a person, always he tried to find a solution by creating or by fabricating Quran. As an example, Muhammad, he want to kill everybody who don't believe in Allah. But why now he accepted money? Okay, don't believe in Allah, don't believe in Muhammad, pay us. Muhammad, because he is a false prophet, he is willing to compromise. A person who says in the hadith, I've been ordered to fight and kill all mankind until they say the following, which mean to say the shahada, which is converting to Islam, or you die, as we see in the following hadith. So all those stories reporting the same thing, that Muhammad, he been ordered, claiming that this is an order from God. This is not him, he is just a servant, to fight and kill everybody unless they testify that he is the prophet, and they testify that Allah is the only God to worship. And not only that, they have to pray as he pray, to eat as he eat, face the Kaaba, etc. So even the food, it's not a choice for you to choose what to eat or not. You have to. So all of those together, you have to do them, and then only then Muhammad, he will not shed your blood, as you see in the front of your eyes in the screen. So Muhammad, you know, always he compromised the bend in his situation. As an example, when the Muslims were weak, in the same chapter 9, You will see in verse number 1, Muhammad, he washed his hands from the agreement of peace with the non-believers. Declaration of what? He washed his hands from the agreement, from the treaty. Uh, which mean, I will explain it to you in a simple way. Egypt did sign a peace agreement with Israel, but any of you really believe that the Israeli will have ever a peace agreement with any of their neighbors? I don't know if there is any Jew in the chat. Could fight here be explained verbally? I mean, not necessarily fight by the sword. Yeah, well, can be, but my friend, he used the word uqatil, and you speak Arabic. Uqatil is fight to kill, coming from the word qatala, not like in English fight. The word fight can be many things. In Arabic, the word uqatil, you know, it is fight to kill. Qatala is the past tense, which mean I killed. So don't go there. Secondly, did your prophet do something metaphorically, or he did kill and attack? I mean, sometimes you Fadi are you are very silly. I mean, how many attack Muhammad he did? How many people he killed? So how you can say maybe he meant it's something like he don't mean, brother? That can be like Jesus said, I brought sword, but the sword is in us. People will discriminate us. So you Muslims, you quote the verse for us, but did Jesus kill anyone? Did he carry a sword and he slaughtering? Do he have an army? So I brought a sword, and the sword is a sword, but the sword here is a metaphorical about what will happen to us. He said people will take you out of the synagogue and they will think by killing you they are doing favor to God. But in the hadith here, Muhammad, he practiced and he told you what is the fight reason. And he says clearly, I will not shed their blood. And this is how I find sometime the comment of Muslims, it's very, I don't know, naive. I mean, does it say then their blood and the property will be sacred? Does it say? Is that metaphorical? So I understand that a Muslim, a Muhammadan, he tried to defend his and by the way, I feel sorry for the Muslims. You see, the Muslims get so upset from me when I debate any Muslim. I did beat them in any debate, not because I'm a genius, but because Islam is stupid. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You are defending the one which nobody can defend. But let me tell you what you do usually. Usually, like what Fadi he did now. You speak to somebody is a Western, he have no idea what Islam is about, or somebody he learned 2 words about Islam, and now he want to debate you. That person you can play the game with him, not with me. Play all the games you want, but you cannot do that with me. The jizya, there's no number of the jizya. Every caliphate he have his own, because the Quran never mention where. So it's up to the caliphate. You know, he decide as he wish. The caliphate or the prince of the area, prince is not like a royal prince. It's a Muslim. They hire him to be controlling that area. They call him prince. Sometimes even the leader of a few fighters. Uh, you know, the word here is emir, which means it's the same word for use for prince, but it's like the one who give orders. Anyway, so Muhammad, he played his game when he is weak. Okay, look, just to show you, Fadi is making a comment. Let us answer him. Fadi is making a comment. So, but why saying Islam is evil? Because Allah told Muhammad was ordered to fight to spread Islam. Good order, God ordered the Jews to fight as well. It's mentioned in the Old Testament. Yeah, but the Jews, they never spent Judaism, and they never forced anyone to convert to the religion. They fought for surviving. The whole nation had been taken twice as a slavery, additional to thousands of nations attacking them. So there's a huge difference between this and that. At the same time, Muhammad, as you see here, is attacking people for no reason. There's no reason. He just fabricate reasons, and this is why he compromise. So Muhammad, just for the sake of money, he compromise. You have to believe in Allah, otherwise I will kill you. But if you pay me, it's okay. This is not a decent man. Either they are kuffar and Allah order you to fight all mankind until they do this or that. But you say to me, if I pay you, okay, I'm prophet of Allah, and now if you give me your dollar, if you show me the dollar, I will not kill you. Every month I will stop in the front of your house and you pay me. You will be my cow. I sit home, do no business, and you feed me and you feed my family. This is what Muslims was doing for centuries. Everybody work, make money for them. The caliphate in the Muslim, they say to you, do you know what we did in Andalusia? They call it Andalusia. They even changed the name of Spain. The money, this is the money is a theft. The money was coming from countries and lands which they stole, and they start building palaces. And the one who built the palace is not even the Arab. The Arab until now they don't know even how to build a building. Until now in the Middle East, Saturday and Sunday is the off day for the jewelry stores. Why? Because the one who make jewelry is not Muslims. Most of the mosque of the Muslims is built by Christians specifically, because Muslims don't have you know, when they attack Spain, all the boats they use in the attack, it was made by the Aramaic Syrian in Syria. When they attack, you know, occupy Syria, those Aramaic, they knew how to make boats. The Aramaic, the word Europe is Aramaic, the word Africa is Aramaic. So the Aramaic are very great civilization. Islam came, Aramaic is gone, civilization destroyed. Same as Egypt. Egypt was one of the greatest civilization in this earth. Islam came, bingo, it's gone. Wherever Islam come, civilization go out. Go and see what happened in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, week. Since Ramadan started, how many people get killed? Just today, to attack in mosque. Muslims attacking mosque. You see, they make big propaganda about a guy, crazy guy, filthy guy who attack a mosque in New Zealand. But Muslims attacking mosque every day. Every day. Bombs every day. So is that because you are a Muslim, it's okay to kill Muslims? Yeah, this is the case. Actually, Muhammad, he allowed it. Same time, we have always to remember that Muhammad, he made it clear in the Quran that you should not, as a Muslim, go for peace unless you are not the uppermost. And he used the word alone. What does alone mean? The supreme, the superior. The Muslims believe that they are superior other any human being. They are a human. The rest are, you know, they are just and I will show the reference. This is the Quran, chapter 47, verse number 35. Read carefully with me. And this is the Muslim translation. Do you see the Muslim translation? I don't know, this translation is weird. What, slacken? Slacken. What is that? This is like, what? Is that an Irish thing? It has changed this slacken madness. What's slacken? What is that? Let us see the potato Yusuf Ali. Okay. but not weary and faint-hearted, crying for peace when you should be the uppermost. The uppermost here really is not a good translation. When you are the supreme, because the Muslims are the supreme. So when a Muslim can sign a peace agreement, only when he is weak, he cannot make it. So Egypt, when the Egyptian they signed a peace agreement, the president of Egypt, he invited the Azhar sheikhs to discuss with them, and they told him no problem. The prophet he did that. He did even the same agreement with the Jews, but when he got strong, he attacked them and he killed them all. So now we are not stronger than Israel. The Quran says it clearly, never go for peace when you are the uppermost. So when I can go for peace when I am not the uppermost. So this is a temporary peace. So if the Jews believe that they have peace with their neighbor Jordan and Egypt, that's mean the Jewish are foolish people to believe in that. You know what I mean? That would be a very foolish to believe in. That is just very, very temporary. Especially now, the Shia and the Sunni, they want to eat each other. So Israel now is so relaxing because of Shia and Sunni. But look at the mistake Israel is doing, or even Trump is doing. Trump now, if he go in war with Iran, who is the one who Israel think, the Israeli think Iran is the big problem, so we need to change the regime. I don't agree. I like this regime to change, but this is not what I'm talking about. Uh, you see, if there is no Iran, Saudi Arabia will not get close to Israel. Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, all of them, they are being so friendly these days to Israel. Why? Because they are terrified. If Iran attack them, they will eat them alive. You know what I mean? So the existence of the regime of Iran made Israel relax. The Sunni are weak. The Sunni are majority of population, but they are not smart like the Persian. All the Sunni in the Middle East, they are Arab. And we have to admit that we Arab, we are not to compare with the Persian. When the Arab, they were sleeping in their tent, having a bunch of goats around them, the Persian, they have science, and they have, I mean, they are, this is a great civilization. So, uh, if not America, USA, if not Israel, the Iranian, they can eat Hezbollah, sorry, they can eat the king of Saudi Arabia for dinner, just for a dinner. Even when Saddam Hussein he have a fight with the Iranian, the whole world think that Saddam Hussein was fighting Iranian. It was not Saddam Hussein. It was America behind him, giving him satellite information, missiles, weapon, and the Saudi pay, and the Emirati pay, and the Bahraini pay, and Kuwait pay. Everybody pay. Even almost the Arab, they went bankrupt because of that war. Still, they could not win the war against Iran. So, if the Iranian regime disappear, and now we will not have a Shia Iranian Islamic Republic, then the Muslim Sunni, they will turn their faces to fight Israel again. Are you getting my point? Right now they are terrified because the Shia number is growing in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, and for sure Iran. Almost 80% or maybe 90% is Shia, and they are connected now. Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. That's it. Same time, if you go in the Gulf, Oman is a kind of Shia, the Sultan of Oman and his country, and Yemen, most of people now became Shia. And this is terrifying for the Sunni. They are surrounding them from all over. Now, suppose today we will talk about uh, anger. Should we go to the anger or continue in this topic? So I believe the Israeli it's better for them if the Iranian regime stay. If I am Netanyahu, I should pay the regime of Iran to stay, not to leave, because they will never attack Israel. You know those people, they like they say death to America, death to Israel, death to America, but they don't even dare to fart, neither at America, neither at Israel. You know what I mean? So let them, okay, as long they scream but they do nothing, let them stay. Let them be busy, Saudi, Iran, because those people, they have to find an enemy. Now the Shia is their enemy. If you help them to get rid of the Shia, they will turn their face on you. All right. Now, is the Saudi protected by America? There's nothing is called Saudi if not America and England. There's nothing is called Saudi. Saudi, you see, even the thing, the name is a shame. What Saudi? Saudi is the last name of the family of the king. So how have you ever heard of a country have a name of a family king? Imagine we change the name of USA, make it a Trump, that United States of Trump. So all of those, the royal families, they are not royal. They are Bedouin who live in a tent. And since they discovered the Arab, the rich, intelligent, they start making kingdoms and princes. The king of Jordan, those guys are potatoes. They never have kings. They never been kings. They never even been princes. They made them royal family. All of those are the made of the rich, intelligent. And then after that, when the rich is not an empire as before, and the one who grew and became the most powerful nation is USA, so USA took over. So all of those are exist just because of USA. Who is the one who get Kuwait back from Saddam Hussein? Nobody can get it back. The Saudi cannot. Who can? USA. So yes, they are the one who protect the Saudi. All right. Before and now and in the future, they will protect them as long the Saudi, they pay nothing for free. Nobody is doing like a charity. This is not a charity business. Even Trump, he says to them, give us your check, hello, pay us, we are protecting you. It's not even like before. They used to, like, they don't say it publicly, but Trump, he is, you know him, pay us, we protect you. Business is business. Anyway, no, this is not a blood money. This is not a blood money. This is oil money. And if somebody protecting somebody, well, it costs them money too. They send their army, etc. This is not for free. Not for free. You see, there's many countries in the world, they are getting protection of USA for free because American, they were stupid for long. As an example, Japan. Japan, they have many threats around them. They have problems with Russia. They have big problems with the Chinese. They have many problems. And just by having the American, they are secure and they don't even need to have an army. So Japan never pay a penny. So what happened? Japan became very rich in economy, very poor in army. But who need an army if somebody else spend his money in the army to defend us? Perfect. Because the American, they were fool. They defend Japan for free. All right. Same as Europe. Most of the NATO cost is American pay. Since until Trump, he came. This guy is a businessman. He's smart. He said, why we are paying to protect you? Why we pay for everything? You have to pay your shares. All of them, they get rich. Like, look at Germany, how rich it is. Why America will pay for Germany to protect Germany? So American, they've been foolish for a long time. Long time. But anyway, this is politics and stupidity. And for me, I never like Western leaders. Always I view them as a guy who just joined the circle. Like the enemy, the animals who dance in the circle, etc. I don't see between Western leaders any leaders really. I see a bunch of idiots. and the only one maybe until now he's different is Trump. But even Trump, sometimes he is an idiot, you know. But let us say he is the best idiot between the idiots, if we can say so. So he is better than them. At least he knew how to make money. Now we go back to our topic. I have a question about Islam. When women get miscarriage, the child will pull her up heaven? No, no, no. This is not for the women. Okay, it's okay. You see, we don't have to go by the topic. We can go. We can talk about the topic later. This is a question. This gentleman saying, like if a woman she lose her child, she go to heaven. Oh, Susanna, sorry, Susanna, not a guy. It's a lady, Susanna, right? I apologize. The one who according to Islam, as an example, if somebody, Muhammad always he say crazy stuff. As an example, if somebody his children's they die from drowning, the father, if he have 3 kids who die from drowning, they will go to heaven. Let me see if I find you. So Muhammad, he have many of those stories, which is very funny, and it doesn't make any sense anyway. And even Muhammad, he says if somebody he died drowning, even the man who died drowning, he is a shaheed, is a martyr, he will go to heaven, which is very funny. Anyway, Muhammad, he said many tons of things, and they don't make sense as usual. I'm trying to find the hadith. Let us see. I'm just trying to remember the hadith details so I can search for it. Yeah, here we go. I found this one. But let us see if we can find it in English. However, let us say that what you said is true. I mean, why if somebody is, a woman, she lost her baby, she will go to heaven? I mean, that's weird. What does that mean? Isn't it all is happening by the will of Allah, which means Allah is the made those babies die? Stupidity, Muhammad, he says stupid things. This guy, he's like a madman who keeps saying things that don't make sense. Read carefully. He said, the messenger of Allah said, there are no 2 Muslims, 3 of whose children die before reaching puberty, but Allah will forgive them and give mercy toward them. Okay, forgive who? Not the children. Forgive the parents. Look at this one. There are no 2 children who the children die before puberty. Okay, it will be said to them, enter paradise. And here supposedly the Muslims who they have that. Let us show you the other one. Salim, why what the Prophet says plus him, etc. There is no Muslim couple who have three of their children die without Allah admitting them to the garden of Shemeen paradise. So if you are married and you and your wife, you lost three children before they reach the age of being adult, Allah will take you to heaven. I mean, what is that? Don't you think this is very silly? You know what I mean? What is that? Why they will go to heaven? I don't know. I don't know. You know, if there is any Muslim can tell us why. There is people they lose their whole family in war and etc. Suddenly Allah is a merciful. Allah will put the sin of the Muslims like mountains on the top of the Christians. Allah caused thousands and thousands of people to die and millions. Yeah. Anyway, so let us go back to our topic about anger management. Shall we? We answer your questions. Don't forget, please, to download the video right after we finish. Look at this. Look at this dog. You know, all of us, human, animals, I mean, all, when they are angry, their look change. The look of a person or even an animal, it's different from being angry. Like as an example, this is a dog. It's called husky. Well, this is a husky. He is peaceful. Look how he look nice. So the previous dog look really scary, but the same dog can look really nice. So what the difference? Anger. Anger can even change your look. All right. Either give you like a happy, nice look, etc., or give you a look which is scary. The same creature, and that goes for a human being. Now, as long we are talking about dogs, I want to share this hadith with you before we go. Okay, let's go here. In this hadith, you will see something funny in the translation. I don't know if you notice with me. Anyone notice me what's wrong in this translation in the page? Who noticed what's wrong with this translation? Guys, if somebody want to talk to me, first you have to be a Muslim. Otherwise, we have to give a time for the Christians. Then you cannot find me really in Skype because I changed the name there because I'm getting like thousands of ads every day. Scary. So I will add only people who they want to talk to me and they are Muslims. If you are a Christian, only if it's necessarily, please. Now, what is the problem? Yeah, bite him. Have you ever heard of a prophet saying to his followers, go and bite somebody? Any Muslim there listening to this, watching this? Have you ever heard of a prophet of God? It doesn't matter what God. He's a Hindu, Buddhist, whatever. He said to his followers, if somebody is proud about his family previous to Islam, bite him. Well, what does that mean? How are you, Mr. Noor? We have a Noor. Noor is a Muslim. So, Mr. Noor, what do you think? Is that really what it says? Bite him? Any Muslim can tell us what's happening here? Is it really your prophet saying if somebody is proud about his family previous to Islam, go bite him? Noor, I'm just asking you, type everything you want. You can call me, Noor. You have a Skype? I will call you. If you like, we can talk. What bite him? What does that mean? Hadith are nonsense. Like, you see, guys, this is what I like about Muslims. Noor, he just said something very important, and I don't know if you notice with me, what does that mean? Muhammad, Noor, saying that the hadith of his prophet are nonsense. So Muslims, they knew that their prophet something wrong with him. But Noor, now he right away he will write again. He will say, no, 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 this is not what I meant. I mean the hadith are not trustworthy. They don't make sense. Correct, Noor? This is what you meant? You are against the hadith, right? Hadith doesn't make sense. It's not the prophet who don't make sense. Ah, guys, hadith were invented. This is what I expected him to say. I was right. Hadith were invented hundreds of years after Muhammad was gone. Okay. What the Quran is the same. Where is the Quran of Muhammad? The Quran of Muhammad never exists. Nobody have it. The Quran Muslim they recite today, it's called the recitation of Hafs. But Hafs came more than 200 years after Muhammad. And not only that, according to Muslims, he was a fraud and he was a thief. So just because the hadith does not make sense to you, you're rejected. Okay, what about the Quran? Does the Quran make sense to you, Noor? No problem. So Noor, do you trust the Quran, or you only the hadith is a problem for you? Or the Quran too is corrupt? No, actually, this hadith is sahih. This hadith is sahih. This is not a weak hadith. This is sahih, as you see. So look, guys, what happened. In Arabic it says, سمعت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من تعز بعزاء الجاهلية فأعضوه ولا تكنوا. I heard the Prophet of Allah saying, the one who is proud about his family previously to Islam, go and tell him to bite the private part. I'm not going to say the word, you know what I'm talking about. The private part of the man. Tell him to go and bite the private part of his father, and don't call him by the name which he like, which means last name. He's proud about his last name. Don't call him by that last name. So look how the Muslims, in order to fabricate the meaning, they are ashamed to say the Prophet says go and bite his private part. They said go and bite him. And this is why Noor, who is a Muslim, he said does not make sense. I agree, this is a false translation. It doesn't make sense. But here you notice with me how savage Muhammad is. I mean, what kind of a prophet saying if somebody, okay, somebody is proud about his heritage, what's the problem? Why Allah will be upset? Because Muhammad himself, he don't have good heritage. He have nothing to be proud about. You see, the Muslim, they say to you Muhammad was from a great family, blah 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 blah. This all is garbage. When Khadija, she did marry from Muhammad, in order to make her father agree to marry him, she drunked her father. She changed his clothes. She made him wear new clothes. She colored his beard. All of this when he is drunk. She made him drunk with Muhammad. The guy, when he woke up in the morning, he says, why I'm wearing those clothes? Those clothes I go for like party. This, like, in the old days, there's clothes for like now, even now, there's clothes for every day, and there's a clothes which expensive for occasions. So he says, why I am colored? Why I'm wearing those clothes? What happened? She said, you forgot yesterday you married me to Muhammad. And when he heard that she got married to Muhammad, he took his sword and he wanna go and attack the family of Muhammad. He wanna take his cousin and his family and his tribe to attack Muhammad. There is no way I will marry my daughter to Muhammad. Why? Because Muhammad is not from the same level. And here you notice how bad the situation is. But anyway, here you see that Muhammad, he have a very bad he have a bad anger management. Muhammad is angry. He's angry from his life. He's angry from who is he. He's angry. He is not confident, to the point if somebody is proud about his family, go and bite him, or let us say bite the private part of his father. But Muhammad he claimed that he and his family are the best. So why, if somebody is proud about his family, tell him to go and bite the private part of his father? But if Muhammad is proud about his family previous to Islam, it's okay. Any Muslim want to say anything? Isn't it this is hypocrisy? Why Muhammad he says Allah chose from etc., from the tribe of etc., from the tribe of etc., and from the tribe of etc., the family of etc., and I am the best of the family. But this is his heritage. So why he can be proud and someone else cannot be proud? Any Muslim? No Muslims want to answer? All right. But here Muhammad, you notice that he is refusing anyone to be proud because he don't want to have competition. If you remember the story, if you have my book, where Muhammad he killed an innocent man just because he is a very decent and he pray a lot. Muhammad he ordered Abu Bakr and Umar and Ali one after one to go to kill the guy. The guy is praying in the mosque just because before he arrived they were saying this man is the best ever we saw. Muhammad he told them that this is the shaitan, but the guy did nothing. He killed no one, he harmed no one. He is a very devoted believer. He pray a lot. And here Muhammad, because he is not self-confident, so now he found in this guy a competition. Dangerous. People will look at him, how long, how much he pray, and look at me, and I am the prophet who spend my day going between women, from women to women. So uh, Muhammad, he cannot accept anyone to be better than him, and that bring his anger. Same time Muhammad always prove to us that he is a person who have no control of his behavior. And here we're not talking about his sexuality, we spoke about this many times before, but even about his anger, which come with violence. Maybe many of you do not know that Muhammad he used to beat Muslims. He used to beat them up. You know, you are the leader and nobody can beat you up back, and you're prophet and nobody dare to say to you, because you have an army, he's a king now. Muhammad he used to beat people unjustly. Is that correct, Muslims? Is that correct, Muslims, or I'm lying? Is that true that Muhammad he used to beat people up just because of his anger? Not only he beat them, he used to curse them and use a bad language with them. No, that the story about Khadija and make her father drunk, this is not in the Quran. Any Muslim? Let us go to the hadith. Read this hadith with me. And actually all of those stories are sahih, which means they are very, very correct. Muhammad, he used to hurt, he used to whip, he used to beat people for no reason. And look Look at the madness of this man. He claimed that he made a condition, he made an agreement with Allah. He put conditions in Allah. Okay, what is the condition? Anyone he beat him, he cursed him, he said the F word to him, Allah will make that a blessing to the one who the Prophet beat him. So if you like to get a blessing from Allah, let the Prophet beat you. The Prophet get angry. The Prophet he said the F word to you. The Prophet he's he whip you with the and then you get a blessing. Read. I'm not making things up. Aisha reported that two persons visited Allah Messenger, and both of them talked about a thing, something, which I'm not aware of. She didn't know what they were talking about. But that annoyed him, and he invoked the curse upon both of them. And he heard, etc., blah, 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 blah. And then she said to him, why, what happened? He said, the good would reach everyone, but I would not reach those two. He said, why so? I think she said, I said, because she said, this Aisha, because you have invoked a curse and heard over them. He said, don't you know? Don't you know? No, she don't know. Aisha, she don't know. Don't you know? Okay, know what? I am a human being, and that for a Muslim upon whom I invoke, curse or hurt or hurl, etc., make a curse or a purity and reward for him. I mean, the translation here is really horrible. This guy, I think he is using Google translation. It is, you see the other one. I mean, what is the translation? This translation is, O Allah, I make a covenant with thee against which thou wouldst never go. I am a human being, and thus for a Muslim whom I give any harm, Muhammad doing harm to who? To Muslims, or whom I scold, the one I hurt, I whip, that even translation here is not good. I whip him. The one who invoke curse upon him, the one even I beat him. Make this a source of a blessing and purification until the day of resurrection. So Muhammad, he made conditions, he made an agreement with Allah that there is people who beat them who he should not beat them. He agreed that he is not being fair. He agreed that this is not right. But what he can do with his anger management, he found a solution. I beat you, Allah give you reward. Muhammad, he will not control his anger management, but Muhammad, he found a solution. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to promise you I will not beat you no more. I will not curse you. I won't say the F word to you. No. I will keep doing that. My anger management, there's no solution for it. But I have a good news for you. I say the F word to you, Allah give you reward. I beat you up, Allah give you reward. So if there is any Muslim would like to get the blessing from Allah, then here we go. Noor, you want me to come to Paltalk? Yeah, I saw I could not find his name in Paltalk. This name is sorry, in the Paltalk. Okay, let me open Paltalk. We have a Muslim on a call me in Paltalk. Let us see what you want to say. Mr. Noor. Okay. I am in Paltalk now. I will look for you, Mr. Noor. Okay, Mr. Noor, here we go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Mr. Noor. How are you?
Hold on 1 second. Let me mute your stream. Okay, can you hear me?
I do hear you. Please just be sure you mute YouTube so we don't have duplicate of voice.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me put on my headphones. Actually, God willing.
All right. Keep YouTube
I really
running,
won't
but just mute the sound.
I think it was actually coming from my speakers, not your YouTube, because I already muted it. So
Yeah.
it's
All
probably
right.
just coming from the speakers.
So what do you want to say to us, Mr. Noor?
Well, so I think we should keep it organized a little bit. So if you want to just ask me a few questions, whatever you think about Islam, I can answer it, God willing, and then I can just ask you questions so we can kind of.
No, I don't want to ask
format
really questions. I want you to tell me something good about Islam, anything. Feel free. How you can convince you? We have like 800 Christians maybe listening, and God knows how many later thousands will listen to this, and you are live on YouTube. How you can prove to those Christians that Islam is from God?
Yeah, that's fine. So the core teaching of Islam is to reverence God alone, submit to God, and to do good and be righteous, as it says over and over in the Quran. And it forbids evil. And clearly says that those who believe and do good works will go to paradise, God willing, and hell is the abode of the criminals. The main teaching. That's what everything falls under in Islam.
So is good work including you beat them up and that will give them deeds to go to paradise?
Beat who up?
Yeah, like here the hadith in front of us, here it says that the prophet saying that the one who he beat him up, he made a condition with Allah that he will give him reward. So the prophet, he beat you, or even he cursed you, or even he said a bad word to your mother or your father, like, you know, dirty language, and that will give you blessing from Allah, and obviously that will take you to heaven. Is that the way to go to heaven?
No, that doesn't make any sense. And I don't follow hadiths, and I don't believe him anyway, because there's no way to verify him. They were just written hundreds of years after he was gone.
No, this is Sahih. Okay, so you believe in the Quran only? You don't believe in the hadith?
Yeah, no, because the Quran is from God. Hadiths were just invented by men for what they thought that they heard him say. They're additional books, and there's no way to really verify whether or not he said that.
All right. What about the Quran? If there's any way to verify that he said anything in the Quran? What is the proof that the Quran is from God anyway? How you can prove to us?
So I'm okay
that the Quran is from God.
Well,
as long you said you want to verify. Yes. How you can verify?
Well, I don't think that there's a way to prove it 100%. I believe it is. However, there is some evidence that it is.
Like what?
Just based off what it teaches. Well, like the prose and how it's written, how clear it is.
How clear?
Just the overall style.
I don't know. The
yeah,
Quran
how clear it is.
My friend, as I know, the Quran says nobody understands the Quran save Allah. So how clear it is?
No, it says it's in a clear Quran. I know you can hear the typing, but I'll find the.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah, so 3669, in the name of God, the Almighty, the Merciful. We did not teach him poetry, nor does he need it. This is a reminder in a clear Quran, and it tells us to think and to reflect about it. At the same time.
So 3639, correct? It says that the Quran is clear, correct?
3669, yeah, it's a clear,
59?
clear Quran.
59?
3669. 3669.
Okay, 69, sorry. All right. So here the Quran is so clear, correct?
Yeah, there are some ayat in there that are purposely not clear, but
purposely, what does that
mean? In general,
mean?
it's a clear Quran.
What do you mean?
Well, 3:7 explains it best. So it says, he is the one who sent down to you the book from which there are law-giving revelations. They are the essence of the book, and others which are of a similitude. As for those who have disease in their hearts, they will follow that which is of a similitude, seeking to confuse and seeking to derive their interpretation, but none know its interpretation except God, and those who are well-founded in knowledge. They say, we believe in it, all is from our Lord, and none will remember except those who possess intelligence. So however you interpret of a similitude. So it's saying it is a clear Quran, and those who are well-founded in knowledge will understand it, who are guided by God. But there are also some that can misinterpret it.
It doesn't say that. It says that those who they are not understand it, those who believe, they say, those who have knowledge, they will say, we believe. So to be considered as a scholar in Islam is not about understanding, it's about saying, I believe. Which means
that doesn't make sense. No, knowledge is so important. 3:7 says, and those who are well-founded in knowledge. So it's true that we believe in it. I have belief as well. There is some faith, like believing in God, because we can't see them, but we still have knowledge.
Let us prove what you just said. In the same chapter, I'm not going to ask you from different chapter, chapter 36. And you are the one who said to me, this chapter here, saying to us, or this verse 69, saying that Allah, He made the Quran very clear, correct?
Right.
All right. So how the Quran says in the same chapter that وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لِمُسْتَقَرٍ لَهَا, and the sun runs into its own course. What is
Which
that?
one is that?
The same chapter.
I mean, I've read
Chapter 36.
I've read the Quran over 5 times, but I don't have it memorized yet. So
yeah, no problem. Chapter 36, the same chapter you gave me. Verse.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, 36.
Verse
38.
number 38. Okay. As long you say to us the Quran is so clear. Okay, what does that mean? The sun run. Do the sun run?
Well, it says the sun runs to a specific destination.
Okay, what is the best?
Such as the design of the noble, the knowledgeable.
What is that?
Well, it's what we see. I mean, we see the sun in the sky. It's the same destination every time. So that's a specific destination.
But this doesn't mean Allah is wrong, because the sun is not running anywhere. So Allah, He see as we see, or He see different?
Well, that's petty semantics. I mean, it's running in an orbit.
Yeah, but he's
doesn't matter if you say run
he's
or
talking
orbit.
He's talking about, you just said how we see the sun. That's mean that the sun sitting, sunset, sunrise, correct?
I mean, you can say that water is running. You know, is that wrong?
No, the water is running.
Yes, water is running.
No, water is running. If it's running,
it doesn't literally run.
No, it does.
It doesn't literally run, just like the sun. It moves.
No, it does. It does.
Like the sun.
The water run. The water move from A to B.
Water has legs. You're saying that water can run with legs? Water doesn't have legs.
My friend, running have nothing to do.
I'm saying
running have to do nothing to do.
Okay.
Remember. First of all, you are not reading the Quran. Quran is not meant to be in English. In Arabic, it says tajri.
It actually is.
Tajri. No, it's in Arabic. Tajri.
Yeah, I know.
The word tajri, it's mean
go ahead.
You run. It's running from location to location. Now, you said and you agreed that this is about how we see the sun. So Allah speaking here about the sun setting, the sun rising. But this is absolutely false. The sun does not set, the sun does not rise.
All it says is that it runs to a specific destination, and running is interpreted the same way that water is running.
Okay,
it moves to a certain destination, which it does every single day. It's just
all right. If we go just 2 verses down, you can read the verse before it. You can read the verse before it. And the moon after it have measured in their mansion. The Quran believe that the moon have mansions, and this is what the religions before believe, that the moon he have mansions, he live in the places, and he move from place to place. And people, even the Sabian, they used to go, and when the moon disappear, they go to the second town to welcome him in the other town, because this is a new moon. Now here you notice that the moon have houses, and he says to you, and he run in the old way, as it was in the old way. But this is not true. I mean, this is false. Now if you go in verse number 40, it says, it's not permitted for the sun to catch up the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day. Each just swim along in its own orbit. Is that correct?
Yeah, swimming in an orbit. But let's take one thing at a time. It's also to quote the Quran correctly and not just interpret it, like not just use your own words every time. So 36:39 says, and the moon we have measured it to appear in stages until it returns like an old palm sheath. Which it does. It's like the different stages of the moon, which is.
But here it says it live in mansions. Is that true? There's mansions for the moon.
No, I'd say that in the Quran.
It says.
It says it appears.
It says it's in front of us. Everybody can read. I'm reading your Muslim translation, not my translation.
Yeah, which one are you talking about? 36:39.
Yes.
Yeah, it says, and the moon we have meant to appear in stages. What? So if you want to read from the one that I read from, it's in monotheist translation.
What translation you are reading?
Here, I'll post it in chat. You can Google it. It's called a monotheist translation. Otherwise, you can go here.
Monotheist?
To
what does that mean, monotheist?
Yeah, monotheist means one monotheist. That's what we are. We reverence one God.
That is a new form. Monotheist. Let me see if we have it here.
Yeah.
Monotheist.
It says it as well. talks about monotheism.
Maududi, okay. Yeah, but my friend, do you speak Arabic?
Only some. I don't speak it
Yeah,
fluently
here we
because
go.
it's
It's
not
in
my
front
native
of us.
tongue.
I
But
mean,
I should learn it.
this
God
translation
willing.
is absolutely false, my friend. It says والقمر قدرنا منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم. So it says the word manazil. So how this guy who ever translated this translation, he said you can copy this word manazil as you see in the screen, post it in Google, and you will see it mean houses or mansions. So this is a false translation.
Well, there's lots of translations that translate it that says the moon we have measured it to appear
Okay.
in stages. And
You see-
Arabic is a rich language and it doesn't have a single
No problem.
word definition
Okay,
all the time.
my friend,
But
my friend, you said let us not to give wrong interpretation. So how we can give interpretation for the Quran according to you?
how do you interpret the Quran? Well, you should think for yourself and ask God for knowledge and wisdom, and also
Okay.
consider the
But you
opinions
could
of
not answer
others.
me.
And then
You could not
form
answer me.
conclusions.
You are the one who said to me. You gave me verse number 39. Remember?
36, 39.
Sorry. Yeah. Saying
Which
to
one are
me,
you talking about?
saying to me that the Quran is so clear, the same chapter, right? But here I'm asking you now, how Allah He says such a thing, that the sun run into its course? You could not answer. You said that we see the sun every day.
No, I did answer it.
Yeah.
It does run its course.
No,
it runs to
it does not. The sun does
destination
not
every
set.
day.
This is
It
the
runs the same way that water
The earth is going around
runs.
itself.
It's not list.
The earth,
No.
the earth goes around itself. This is how the day happened.
No. The
No?
sun rotates. It runs to a specific destination, just like it says. It's like water, a river can run to a destination.
Okay, so the
Right.
okay, according to you, when the sun set every day, it's not the earth going around itself. This is the sun going from point A to point B, from east to west.
Yeah, and even no matter what you believe about it is also speculation. There's no point in even debating that because you have no way to measure what it's doing besides what you can observe on Earth or what you trust what others say, because you have no experiment that you can do for yourself to determine what it's actually doing. You know what I mean? So it's pointless to argue about that.
So, but
there's no way for either of us to prove
it. No problem. I will not argue about that. But you just confirm, and everybody heard you, that according to you, according to the Quran, as you understand it, the sun every day go from the east to the west, correct?
Well, it's how do I say it? There's no, it's nitpicky. I mean, the sun does its course every single day, just like it says, it runs to a specific destination every day.
Okay.
You know, it has its cycles. I mean, there's nothing more to really argue about in that sense. You know?
So,
see what the point is.
Okay, so now we you know, I will not going to argue about this. Is your opinion, and you think it look like you know better than me about science. But the Quran says, as long as you agree that the sun goes from point A to point B every day, some morning, afternoon, and night, the Quran says that the sun set in the murky water. What do you think?
Okay, so I'll continue to answer, God willing, but I also want to ask you a few things as well. So for now, I'm letting you talk about the Quran and ask about the Quran, which I'm fine with. But I also want to discuss Christianity and a few things that you might believe as well.
No problem, but you know, our topic is Islam, but I don't know why you want to change.
Well, it's Islam and Christianity because you're a Christian. It's not just Islam.
No problem. Let us finish this. So now the sun's run every day from A to B, according to you. And then the sun set in the murky water, chapter 18, verse number 86.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Let me read it again. Yeah, until he reached the setting of the sun, he found it setting at a hot spring, and he found people near it. We said, "Oh, two-horned one, either you shall punish or you shall do them good." I don't know what this means. I don't know what God means by it.
But remember,
just because the Quran is clear,
you told me
understand everything.
You told me that the Quran is clear.
It is clear.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that anyone will have some things that God teach that we haven't learned yet. And nobody on this earth might know yet.
So what do you mean? What do you know? A second ago, you told me that the sun goes every day from point A to point B, which everybody knows.
Well, just like you in the. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Everybody knows that what you said to me a minute ago. The sun does not go anywhere. The sun does not set, and you said no. This is what happened, and everybody in the chat don't agree with you. This is scientifically already proven to be false. So the Quran, according to you, the Quran is a false book teaching such a false information. And now we are showing you Allah saying the sun set in the murky water. And instead of saying to me, I agree with Allah, yes, the sun swim every day and sit in the murky water, and maybe this is what it's meant, that the sun run in its course, as you said. This is the course of the sun. Every day go from the east to the west, and then jump in the muddy, dirty, hot water.
Well, so the first we're talking about running to a specific destination. There's no problem with that, even if some people disagree. It runs to a specific destination, as I've explained like 4 times. There's nothing wrong with that. It means exactly what it says. That's clear. As far as 1886, it can be interpreted, well, how it says. So it says, until he reached the setting of the sun, he found it setting at a hot spring, which means he could be at a hot spring and he found it setting. It's, even if things are perfectly clear, some people might interpret things different ways.
Okay.
Just like the Bible, you don't understand everything that the Bible might say.
My
you
friend,
have different interpretations.
Okay, hold on. Here, if we go here, it says, first, who is the one who's talking in this verse?
Who is it talking about?
Who is talking? No, who is talking? Who is the one saying until he reached, when he reached? Who's talking?
Well, it's the word of God, so it's God talking.
Okay, so Allah is talking. Yeah, Allah is talking.
Yeah.
Allah, he says, until when he, so he's talking about what? Talking about someone else. Until
someone else.
Okay, until is what? Is about timing, correct? Timing and location. Until when he reached the setting of the sun. How he can reach that? Where is that?
Yeah, I don't know. He did actually get to where it sets. This idea that it just is a million miles away is nonsense, and I don't believe that. And neither of us can prove it either. You can believe what people tell you if you want to believe it without proof.
No. You see, I'm talking to you, my friend. I'm talking to you. I don't care about what people will tell me. I'm trying to find out from you what you believe in this. You said the Quran is.
Well, it can be figurative as well.
Okay.
Reaching the setting of the sun, meaning timing.
No.
Like
it says, my friend.
Yeah, until you reach that time.
No, my friend. Listen carefully. Look. Let me explain to you. Here it says Allah is reporting a story about a man. His name is Zulqarnain, and this guy, he keep walking. He follow a road, and this is took him years. And then when he reached the setting place of the sun, he found it set in a spring of murky water. So now Allah is reporting for us supposedly what is a fact. He is telling us things we do not know. What happened to a guy who passed in time before us, correct? Okay. So when he say he found the setting place of the sun, what is that? How that can be true? The sun set everywhere. Look what he said.
It doesn't set everywhere. It goes below the horizon. That's all we know. Or it sets in a literal spring.
No. So you believe that the sun set in the water, according to you?
I don't believe it, but I think that it could be possible, according to this. I mean, that's how you could interpret it.
That's possible. So according to Mr. Noor, that it's possible that the sun set in the murky water and goes from the
in a
east
hot
to the
spring.
west in a hot
Not
water.
Murky.
Okay. Actually,
yeah.
Yes, it's hot. You agree with you because the
well, it does say dark.
Hamia. I mean two things, by the way. Hamia is a when they make I don't know what they call it in English, like when they make the bricks. You know what I mean? So the water of that brick, it have to be hot, and then even the brick itself, they burn it after that. So the Quran confirmed that the sun every day goes and jump in that pool, which is a spring of murky water. But how big the sun and how big this spring of murky water? The sun is so big. Do you think the sun is like a small lamp or something?
Well, it's definitely not as big as they teach us, because it's also the same size as the moon, besides when it's being viewed through like the atmosphere and it's distorted when it's low. But when it's like up in the sky, it's the same size. And this idea that they're these extreme distances apart is ridiculous. That it's just like coincidence. We don't know how big it is. So nobody does, unless again you trust.
So you think like that maybe the sun, it's like in this small and jump in the swimming pool because it's a spring of water. How big is going to be?
Well, it could set in that. I mean, look how big the Earth is.
Yeah. Let me ask you, this spring of water is where? Is it in the Earth?
We don't know. It's wherever the sun sets.
But the Quran is clear.
Nobody knows where it is.
But the Quran is clear.
It is clear, but it's not an encyclopedia of everything. Just like the Bible is. It doesn't explain every single thing, because that'd be way too big.
All right.
Even though it's clear.
If we go down a little bit, it says, then he followed another way. Verse number 89. And then it says the same story again reported, but in the other direction. It says, until when he came to the rising place of the sun. What is that?
It says, so when he reached the rising of the sun, he found
Actually,
a rising on a people for whom we did not make any cover except it.
yeah. Where is the rising place of the sun?
Wherever it was, wherever he reached it. It doesn't say.
But that's mean
It's not an encyclopedia. It's not going to say everything.
But that's mean there is a place where the sun rises according to Allah, correct?
Yeah, sunrise is a specific location.
And that is a specific location, as you said. So, guys, there's a specific location according to Mr. Noor where the sun rises, and that is told by Allah. And this is something nobody knows before, correct? Is that something people
Say that
know?
again?
Is that something people know
yeah, I mean,
before, or something this is new discovery? This is new science.
People might have known it. I mean, we don't know how old the Earth actually is or how many civilizations came before us. They may have known that. They may have found it. May have been able to study it better than us.
Okay. Now, if we continue the story, he found people there, and then Zulqarnain he moved, and then he found a group, and those group they have a problem. There's people or nations, two nations. They are called Gog and Magog. You know the story of Gog and Magog. Okay, so he, they told him to build a dam between them and the people of Gog and Magog.
Right.
Okay, where are those people? How come we did not find them until now?
I mean, it's irrelevant. We don't. Who cares where? It doesn't say. We don't know where that land is. Just like we don't know where Noah's Ark is or anything else. It may be nice to know.
Yeah, but the Quran is so clear. But we do not know.
It is clear. Okay, it just doesn't explain everything.
It's so clear.
It doesn't have every single piece of knowledge in it, because that would be way too much. So let me ask you about a verse in the Bible then, since you've talked for a long time about the Quran. I've answered lots of questions. Do you agree with Leviticus 20:27 that says that a man or a woman who acts as a medium or fortune teller shall be put to death by stoning, that they have no one but themselves to blame? Do you agree with that?
This is the law of Moses. What's wrong with it?
You agree with killing fortune tellers by stoning?
Well, this is the law of Moses. What's wrong with it?
Because that's disgusting. Okay, so what about...
Okay, but the Quran say the same. The Quran say the same.
It doesn't. It doesn't mention stoning anywhere.
Okay, hold on.
What verse is that?
See, this is why I don't want you to jump, so we can show you related issues. In the Quran it says that anyone who wage war against Allah, he should be crucified, cut his hands, cut his feet. And even Muhammad in the hadith says he put nails in the eyes. Now
it doesn't say that in the Quran. Which ayat? It says that,
my friend,
people fight you if they're trying to kill you.
Who is the one? No, this is not about fighting. You see, you told me the Quran is clear. That's not true. Anyone who do wage war against Allah, who is the one who wage war against Allah according to Quran?
Which ayat is that?
Chapter 5, verse number 33.
Okay. Yeah, the recompense of those who fight God and his messenger and seek to make corruption in the land, that they will be killed or crucified, that their hands and feet be cut off from alternate sides, that they be banished from the land, that is disgrace for them in this world and in the hereafter, they will have a great retribution. That is because they're trying to fight God and his messenger. That's people who are attacking you.
So now
that's not just killing.
Now I am attacking the Prophet.
You understand?
I am now attacking
the Prophet. If you try to kill us,
no.
If you try to attack
they are not trying to attack the Prophet physically.
That's what it says.
Okay, hold on.
It says those who fight.
No. Read carefully. The verse after it says, except who repent before they fall into your power. In that case, know that Allah of forgiving, merciful. So if those people they killed, okay, the one who killed should be killed. What repent? You kill people. No, you kill people.
If you
already.
start a war with God and his messenger, then
so war what? What kind of war? What kind of war? What kind of war? If I speak now against the Prophet, I am waging war against Allah. Is that correct?
And we're not talking about words.
No, we are talking about words. We are talking about words.
Fight God and
we are talking about words, not necessarily real war.
His messenger.
Okay.
No, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We're confusing war between words.
Okay. You are saying to me that we don't want to give wrong interpretation for Quran. What interpretation you read, so we can go together and see what this is meant.
Exactly what it says. The recompense of those
So you
who
don't
fight
wanna.
God and His
So you,
messenger.
okay. So
Don't fight us.
so you are
It's
saying
that
no, no,
simple.
no, no. It doesn't say it doesn't fight us, my friend. It doesn't say that.
Yes, it does. It says the recompense of those who fight God and His messenger for the third time.
Where?
Did
No,
you hear that?
Yuharibuna here. It's about yes, fighting. Fighting is about fighting by what? The prophet said, "I've been ordered to fight and command to kill all mankind, to kill all mankind until they convert." So
That's
it is
not,
him.
no, that's not what it
Okay, here we go.
says.
If we go, okay, hold
In
on. Okay, hold on,
219,
hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you take a Christian or a Jew as a friend, or he is always an enemy for you?
we can treat them peacefully. That's
No,
what
no,
the
this is not
Quran
the
teaches, and
question.
we
This
should.
is not. This is not
But
the.
they can't
This
be
is
our
not.
ally.
This is not the question.
They can't be our ally.
They cannot be your ally. Why?
Right.
Why?
Because we're not allowed to be allies with them.
Why?
Are
Because
you allowed to ally?
because
Would you ally with Muslims?
why not?
Would you ally with Satanists? Because we're not allowed to.
With what? With what?
It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with that. We have nothing against them. We can treat them peacefully. They can live peacefully among us. That's fine.
No,
we're not going to fight in a
you
war
cannot
with
treat
them.
them peacefully because the chapter
Yes, we can.
chapter 9 verse 29 says kill the Christians and the Jews until they pay the jizya.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
And also 2:190 says, and fight in the cause of
let us
cause
read,
of God against
let us read together.
you, but do not aggress. God does not love the aggressors.
Listen. No. This is the chapter of At-Tawbah came at the end of the Quran. The last thing Muhammad he came with before he died. And he said it clearly.
Look,
after he attacked and he killed all the enemies of the Arabian Peninsula, go and fight the Christians and the Jews. And the verse in the front of you. Fight those.
Look, you don't interrupt me and I won't interrupt you. And we'll get somewhere.
But does it say? Does it say fight for what reason in chapter 9 verse 29?
Okay, let's look at that first, and then I have one to show you. 5. Which one was it?
9:29.
9:29. Okay. Yeah, so it's under the context of what I was already telling you, under the context of like 2:190, which is fight in the cause of God against those who God does not love the aggressors.
What aggressors? He is saying fight those who don't believe in Allah. He's not saying fighting because they are fighting you. Fight those who don't believe in Allah, nor the last day, nor acknowledge, as you see, until they pay the jizya. So if you pay him money, you live, or what he want from you.
No.
Either you convert to Islam, or you die, or you pay.
No, it's until they pay the reparation.
Yeah.
So that's a reparation for being
jizya,
wrong, something done to you, and it's under the context of the entire Quran.
Jizya, no, my friend. Your Quran says kutibat alayhim az-zulla. So Allah he made a destiny for them to be humiliated by you. Look what the Quran says. قاتلوهم يعذبهم الله بأيديكم. Fight them, Allah will torture them by your hands. Did he say that?
No. That you can interpret it how you, but that's not what I'm teaching as a Muslim.
Who are you?
Now, I've answered your question for the Quran.
Who are you to teach? I mean, I'm asking you. Are you Allah?
I'm a Muslim.
Are you a prophet? No. You okay? The Quran
I'm a
says
Muslim.
okay.
Yeah, so you
does
can
the
decide,
Quran, my friend? Does the Quran says fight them to torture them? Allah torture them by your hands? Yes or no?
No, it doesn't.
Chapter 9, verse number 14. Read for me.
I know what you're talking about. It doesn't say torture them by your hands.
It says
fight them. It says fight them. Perhaps God will punish them by your hands and humiliate them and grant you victory over them and heal the chests of the believing people.
Thank you very much.
And the one before it says, would you not fight a people who broke their oaths and obsessed to expel the messenger, especially while they were the ones who attacked you first?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Have you ever heard of something?
See, that's why you're disingenuous, because you ignore the one before it.
My friend,
let us says, especially since they were the ones who attacked you first. You understand? I said very clearly.
Okay, let us see who is the one who broke the oath. Chapter 9, verse number 1.
No, I've answered enough about that.
The one.
Do you agree with Leviticus 21:9?
Hold on.
No, I've answered enough about
verse
that.
number 9.
I will give you one more.
Chapter 9, the same chapter. Hold on. Verse number 1. It says that the one who washed his hand from the agreement is your prophet. Read it. The same chapter, verse number 1.
Okay, let me look at it, and then I'm going to ask you from the Bible, because I've answered enough. A revocation is made by God and his messenger to those with whom you have made a pledge from among the polytheists. What's your point? What are you asking?
It is him who broke the agreement. It is him who washed his hand from the agreement. And the verse and the verse in chapter 9, verse 29 is not even about the Arab. It's about the Christians. It's not about the people of Quraysh. It's about the Christians who did not fight Muhammad, never fight Muhammad. There's no one, he is a Christian. He did fight Muhammad. Okay, show me the story where the Christians. Okay, hold on. Show me the tribe of the Christians which fought Muhammad and attacked him.
It doesn't say Christians. It says polytheists
No,
who
it
broke
says
their oath
no.
and
It
attacked him
says
first.
people in the
That's
book.
exactly what it says.
No, don't, my friend. Let us be honest. It
No, it
says
doesn't.
fight who? People of the book. Does it say that?
No, which one? It
What do you mean?
says polytheists.
Chapter 9, verse number 29. It says fight and kill the people of the book. Either they pay the jizya or they die.
No. It says
Okay.
fight those who do not believe in God or the last day. And the earlier ones,
From who?
which I
From
just
who? From
talked
who?
about,
No, hold
it's
on.
talking about the
Don't
same
jump.
people I was just
Don't
talking
jump.
about.
Don't
The polytheists who broke the oath and attacked him first.
Don't
That's
jump.
who it's talking about.
Don't jump.
That's the context.
Fight.
It doesn't
Fight.
say Christians.
Okay, it says the Christians. Here we go. The
It's in
one,
no,
the
it's in
one
the
who
same
is
surah.
giving the scriptures. You know, Noor, stop lying, my friend. Everybody is laughing. Okay, okay,
I just
okay.
told you.
I am
It's in
showing,
the
my
same
friend.
surah.
I am showing Islamic translation. Now, all Islamic translation says it clearly that those are the Christians and the Jews. Why you?
No,
are
it doesn't. It doesn't mention
Okay, read with
Christians
me.
like I
Okay,
just said.
read the screen.
Now,
Read the
that's
screen.
enough of that. I
Read
answered
read
it
the
clearly,
screen. No,
like
read the
3
screen.
times.
No. I want to
Do
know.
you
I wanna
agree
know.
with Leviticus
I wanna know.
21:9
My
that
friend,
says
let
a
me-
priest's
let
daughter
me-
who loses her honor by committing fornication thereby dishonors her father also shall be burned to death?
My
Do you
friend,
agree with that in the Bible?
the law of Moses is the law of Moses and fit for the time they live in thousands of years ago.
It's in the Bible.
I agree
It's
with
still in the
everything.
Bible.
I'm making it simple for you. I agree with everything in the Bible for that time. So we agree.
So
yes. We
it's
agree.
still in the Bible.
Now listen, don't
So you don't agree with
change the
it now.
topic. Don't change the topic. You're trying to run. We
No,
can go to the Bible.
You talked about
I just
Islam
told you.
for the
I just
first
told you.
30 minutes,
I
and
just
I've
told you. I
answered all of your
agree. I just
questions.
told you. I agree with everything written. This
So
is the
you
law.
agree
This
with
is the
killing
law. This is
girls
the
who are
law.
virgins.
This is the law was given to the people at that time, and I agree with it. You see, you are.
So it's no longer valid.
Let me show you. No. Because this is the law of Moses. There's a law given to the
But
Jews.
you're saying that there's a
Listen,
teaching
even
in the
your
Bible.
God, hold on, even your God says that this is the law we give to the Jews. Here we go. The same chapter we are reading from to show you how hypocrite you are. In chapter 9, verse number 28, it says that Allah he gave the order to the Jews if somebody killed an innocent person as if he killed all mankind. Is
Yeah,
that
that
correct?
still applies today. So
No, it
so
does not
how
apply
would people-
today. No, it does
Well,
not apply today.
How would they know
You
that it's
Muslims,
like
you
today?
kill
It says
every.
clearly in
You
the
Muslims,
Bible.
you kill innocent
It said-
people. You Muslims kill
No, I
innocent
don't.
people. You
You're a
Muslims.
liar
You
because
see,
I
here we
haven't
go.
harmed a single
I'm
innocent
proving
person.
you.
Why are you
I'm
lying?
proving you that you are a liar. It says in front of us, fight those who they are, Christians and Jews. Read the translation.
No, it doesn't say that.
Okay,
It doesn't say that.
read the translation. It's in front of us on the screen, please.
Let me look.
Hmm.
That's not a right translation, and it doesn't
Okay,
say
choose
Christians,
different
even the one that
translation.
you
No
have on the
problem,
screen.
my friend. We have like
Nowhere
20.
there does it say
Hold
Christians,
on,
so
hold
you're
on.
proving that you're a liar on your
Everybody
own
is laughing at
screen.
you. Everybody is laughing at you. Choose a translation from this website.
Nah.
Any
The smart people who know what
any
I'm talking about are
translation in
laughing
this
at you.
website. Okay,
And
my
thank
friend,
God
my
I'm not
friend,
you.
my friend. Hold on. Everybody is laughing. Can you please do me a favor?
I'm not your friend.
Can you?
I'm not friends
Sure,
with
you are not a
wicked
friend. Here
people.
we go. You just showed me that
Wicked
you are a
liars.
person. You are a
Yeah,
person.
I don't like evil liars like you.
You are a
who insult me
liar.
and
You are
lie
a
about
liar.
me.
Here we go. Choose a
arrogant.
translation from the list. Anyone you wish. We have all this list. Look how big. Anyone he agree with you that those are not about the Christians and the Jews.
You're showing it on the screen and it doesn't say Christians. That means you're a liar and a hypocrite.
It says a
So
Christian.
let's look at the Bible.
It says a Christian.
How are people
And hold
supposed to
on, and
know?
I can show you the interpretation
Okay,
too.
I will let you talk.
Hold on. Here we go. This is the
but
interpretation
you
of
need
Ibn
to stop
Kathir.
interrupting
No,
if you
hold
wanna
on,
get
because you are trying to run. This is Ibn Kathir. Why you are lying?
Nah,
This
I'm
is
still talking.
This
to you.
is Ibn Kathir saying those are the Christians and the Jews, and the Prophet he ordered them to be humiliated, disgraced.
No.
Why you are lying?
Then
It's in front of us.
Why does your translation
in
not
front
say
of us.
Christians or Jews then?
No, it says that. Here we go in front of us.
No, it doesn't.
What's wrong with you? It says here the word Christian and Jews. It's in front of us on screen.
No. And I don't follow that translation either because it's not.
Okay, what
accurate.
translation you follow? What translation
So
you
when
follow?
people
Okay, no.
read the Bible,
You said
and
to
the
me,
Bible says
you
a
said to
priest's
me,
daughter
listen, Abdul,
honored by
you said
committing fornication,
to
thereby
me,
dishonors her father also shall be burnt to
you
death.
said to me,
How are they supposed to know that that's supposed to be for the time back then?
listen. You
You
said to
agree
me,
with
you said to me, you believe
That's
in the
pretty
monotheism. You believe in the monotheistic translation. Can you read for me the verse from that translation?
No, you agree that a non-virgin
Can you
should be
read for
killed?
me? Can you read for me from the translation
No,
you
I've
quote from
answered
me
enough
from?
of that.
So
You need to answer
why
about your own
now you
religion,
don't want to
otherwise you're
read?
a
I told you
hypocrite.
I agree with everything in the Old
All
Testament.
you can do is yell and you
My
can't answer
friend,
anything
my
because you
friend,
know
I
you're
told
wrong.
you I
and you're
agree. I
cornered.
am not
That's what
ashamed.
happens.
I am not ashamed of my book. This is my book, fit for them, and this is their time. God gave them a law.
Then for the record,
So now I'm asking
Christian
you,
Prince-
why you are lying,
Christian
saying
Prince
this
admits-
verse is not about the Christians? Why you are lying?
So for the record, Christian
For the
Prince
record,
admits
why you
that
are
he
saying,
agrees
why
that
you don't read for
non-virgins
me,
will- Stop
why
interrupting me.
you don't read for me the verses which is in the Quran translation, the one you just read for me from before? Can you give me
I'll
the link?
answer you in a
Okay, hold on,
moment,
hold on.
But
Okay, oh,
I'm not
guys,
going to let
guys,
you keep
can
interrupting
somebody,
me.
can
We need
somebody
to have a
find,
discussion
can
here.
somebody find me the monotheism translation for the Quran, the one who told me he is reading from? Can somebody post the link?
Yeah, Google it. It's
Okay.
pretty easy. I already read it to you
Okay,
as
hold
well.
on.
It
I will-
doesn't. It
okay.
says, "Fight those who do not believe in the God of the last day." It doesn't say it's in there.
Doesn't say
So,
from who? Doesn't
for
say
the
from who?
record-
It doesn't say from who?
It doesn't say Christians. It
Okay,
says,
hold on,
"Fight
hold
those who
on.
do not
Okay.
believe in God in the last day."
Okay,
And there's context to that, as I
the
explained.
monotheist translation. Hold on, Quran.
Yes. So for the record,
Translation.
Christian Prince agrees in Leviticus 21:9 that says, "A priest's daughter who loses her honor by committing fornication and thereby dishonors her father also shall be burned to death." So he's saying that any priest's daughter who is a non-virgin should be burned to death. He agrees with that. That's pretty evil and disgusting.
You are disgusting.
How can you
and
say
are-
that? How
and
can you agree
and
with that?
You
And
are,
that's only
you
one
are
verse.
disgusting, and you are a liar, because I said,
That's
that
all you
this
can
is
do
the-
is insult
this
me
is the
because
law. This
know
is the
that
law
what
given
you
to the
believe
Jews
is
at their
disgusting.
time. This is because the Jews they are very
It doesn't
very much.
say that.
Listen,
It doesn't say
This is the
for
law
that
of Moses.
time.
You
How
idiot.
else do you so
Even
close
your
into
God,
that?
he says we gave Moses the law and the tablet. You are a liar and you are stupid. Didn't your God? He said that he gave it to Moses.
It's so
Did
funny
your-
that all you can do
Did
is
your
insult me because of
God? Did
how
your God
immature
says he
you are.
give
You
it
know
to
that
Moses?
wrong
Did
and
your God
you're
say he
evil.
give it to Moses?
Funny.
Guys, give me the translation for this guy. Let's get him busted live on air. The translation for the monotheist. Can you give me the link?
Man,
Can you give me a link
that's
yourself?
pretty-
Can you
that's
post a
pretty
link? Can you
disgusting.
post a link for me in Paltalk? Can you post a link for the translation?
So are you going to go around
Can
and
you
find
give
all the
me a
priest daughters and
translation?
burn them
Can
to
you
death
give me the
since you're a
translation
Christian?
you accept? Stop being a coward.
Are
give me-
you a dangerous?
Give me the translation
you're
you
admitting-
accept.
So if you follow the Bible, are you going to go around to all the churches and
My
find
friend,
their daughters?
my friend. No,
Since
no,
that's
we
what you
don't. We don't burn. We don't burn.
I mean, that's what
You
it
see,
says.
This is how
That's
stupid
what
you
you
are.
said. You
It
agree
is
with
you
that.
who burn. Okay, shall I show you that Ali he burned people alive just because they are wrong?
No, he doesn't do that. So you believe
Shall
that
I
Jesus
show you?
is God,
Shall
right?
I show
Let's
you?
talk about
Shall
what
I
you
show you
believe,
your prophet? He
since I've
ordered.
answered
He
plenty of your
was going to
questions.
order to burn people just because they did not show
No,
up for Friday prayer.
It's our turn to talk about Christianity.
So
We've
you
talked about
see,
Islam
we
for
are.
the first 30
First of all,
minutes.
you are not talking about Christianity, and you are a liar. You are talking about the
It's
Judaism
from the
law.
Bible. What do you mean I'm not
the
talking about
Bible is
Christianity?
the
It's in the
Bible is a
Bible.
book of books. This is the book of the
Don't you
Jews,
follow the Bible?
and this is an order.
You follow the
No, we don't follow everything in the Bible. You liar.
You
I will give you an
Bible?
example. I will give you an example. I will
Oh,
give
so
you
you're
an
saying that-
example. I will give you an example, a very clear example. In the beginning of the Bible,
So
it
you
says that the
don't
man.
follow the entire
Okay,
word of
hold on,
God.
and you do say the same. In the
That you
hold on,
claim.
hold on. Did the children of Adam
Yeah,
have
I don't-
sex with their sisters?
I don't
Yes
blame
or
you.
no?
It's pretty evil. I
Did the
wouldn't
children
follow
of
either.
Adam? Did the children of Adam have sex with their sisters?
Well, that's ridiculous.
Did you
No.
did they have sex with
Okay,
it?
so it
So
says-
it was
it also
allowed
says in
for
Isaiah
them. So it was
14:21,
allowed. So it was
Make ready
allowed for
to
them, but
slaughter
it's not
his sons
allowed for
the
us.
guilt of their fathers.
Listen.
So you're
It
gonna-
was not. It
so
was
if someone's
allowed
dad
for
was a
them,
criminal,
not allowed
you
for
believe
us.
that you should kill their
See,
son?
this guy, he just want to talk. Was it allowed?
Nah.
Now, let me ask
Nah,
you.
you
Okay,
talk over me
okay,
enough.
hold on. Did your prophet allow the muta? Do you follow the muta?
No, I don't even know who that is. What's
Chapter 4, verse number 24. Your prophet he allow you to rent
I
women
don't
for
speak
sex.
Arabic.
Huh?
Tell me what muta.
Muta, I mean
you're
pleasure,
talking about.
sexual pleasure.
Yeah, what about it?
Did your prophet he order in the Quran chapter 4 verse 24 to do muta? You see, you are asking me why I don't follow the Old Testament burning somebody, right?
It's
Okay,
it's
your
in the-
Quran
it's in the
given to you
Bible.
by your prophet, you don't follow it no more. Do you practice muta?
No, it says, here's what it says, 424. So, in the name of God, the Almighty, the Merciful, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and the end intended for the women except those main temples, the book of God is over you and permitted for you what is beyond this, if you are seeking with your money to be independent for illicit sex. As for those whom you already had to joy with, then you shall give them their dowries as an obligation. There is no sin upon you for what you agree after the obligation. God is knowledgeable, wise. It says right there, not for illicit sex. Lewdness is forbidden. So let's talk about
It
what you
says
believe.
paying them. It says paying them. Okay, hold on. We found the translation.
No,
We found the
so you believe
translation.
Jesus is
We
God,
found
right?
the translation you choose for us. What do you say? Shall we
Why are
read
you
it?
so afraid
Shall
to
we
talk
read
about
it?
your beliefs?
Shall we read it, you coward? Shall we read it? This is the translation. This is the
I just
translation.
read it verbatim.
This is the translation you
What are you
choose for
talking
us. Can we read it?
I just read it to you. Go ahead and read the same
No,
thing. If it's from
chapter
a
9,
monotheist
verse number
translation.
29. We will go one by one. Chapter 9, verse 29.
Why are you so afraid to talk about your religion?
We did. I answer you. And not only that, I said, I agree. Now let us read together.
So you agree that you should slaughter sons for the guilt of their fathers.
Listen.
That's what the Bible
Listen,
says.
guys,
Now
listen.
answer the question.
Listen at
Quit-
this guy.
quit running away
He
and
said
being
to
a
me,
hypocritical
shut
coward.
up for a second. Just for a second, please.
Being so
Just for a
afraid.
second, please.
Stop being so
For a
afraid and answer
second.
the question.
This is the translation. You lied to
You
us and
agree
you
with
said,
killing sons?
you
Answer
lied
the
to
question.
us.
Why are
You
you so
coward.
afraid?
You coward. Let me talk. You lied to
Why are
us
you
and
so
you
afraid,
said,
hypocrite?
you lied to us and you said it doesn't say anything about the Christians.
I quoted it verbatim.
This is the translation. Shut up, you idiot. Let me talk. This is the translation you quote for me. It says, giving the book. Who are they, those who they are giving the book? You coward. Who is the one giving the book? Who is the one giving the book? Why you don't want to read it?
You can't even.
Chapter 9.
This little
Shut up. What a donkey. Guys, this is the translation he gave us. He said the monotheist translation. It says those who they have given the book. I'm going to call you back and you tell me who is the one who's giving the book. You liar, you coward, you have no dignity. You said it doesn't say there anything. You cut the word the book. Everybody heard you, it's recorded. Here it says, from those the people who they are giving the book, who are they the one giving the book? I will call you back.
You don't mean a child?
Who is the one is giving the book in the translation? Who is the one is giving the book?
You want to have a real, you need to be more,
because you don't let me talk. You don't let me talk. Who is the one is giving the book? Answer. Who is the one? You said the verse is not about the Christians. Who is the one giving the book? Explain to us.
I have let you talk and ask me questions for the
I answer you too. I am asking you now. Who is the one is giving the book? You said there's no Christian there. This is not about the Christian. It says in the translation you choose that this is a war against those who don't believe in Allah from those who they are giving the book. People of the book, who are they?
Discussion, like any formal debate.
Who are they? Why you don't say, okay, tell me, no
enough.
problem, we are discussing. Tell me, who is the one? Who are they? Those who they are giving the book according to Islam. You say this is not about the Christian. This is not about the Jews. Either you apologize, you say you were stupid, or you say I was lying, or you say the truth. Okay, who is the one is giving the book?
I will answer in a minute, but you need to shut up and learn to have a normal
listening.
conversation.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Who is the one giving the book?
In a normal debate, we
are not debating. This is not the debate. You are a kid. 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 You are a liar. I don't respect you. Answer.
In a debate, they don't allow one person to constantly yell and interrupt the other person.
You are the one. You are the one who interrupting. I am asking you. You change the topic. You change the topic because you are a coward. Now answer. Stop talking. Stop talking. Saying nothing. What is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? You potato. What is the answer? Are you going to answer or not? Are you going to answer?
If there's any Christians who want to have a real discussion, then contact me. We can have an actual
No, don't run. Don't run. Who are they? The people of the book. You coward. Why you want to leave? Just tell us who is the people of the book.
Just interrupts.
You coward.
Like a little kid.
I am interrupting. I am not interrupting. I'm waiting for you to answer. I gave you the mic 15 minutes ago. Until now you want to answer.
Have a real discussion. That's why he'll never
run
be on
and don't
an
hang
actual
up.
debate.
Don't hang up.
Imagine like in a university.
I'm not going to talk. I'm waiting for the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. Go ahead.
Okay. Then let's be fair. I will answer one more of your questions.
Okay, not one more. No, just answer this one. Just answer this one, please. You say there's no Christian, there's no Jews in chapter 9, verse 29. Listen, you say there's no Christian, there's no Jews in 9:29, and this is the translation you choose.
We've gone over this 5 times.
No, you did not. You did not read the word. You did not read. You did not read the people of the book. It says people of the book. Who are the people of the book?
It doesn't say that. Right
here. It doesn't say that. It's in the front of us on the screen. It's in the front of us in the screen. Are you stupid? It's in the screen. Everybody's laughing
it
at you.
doesn't.
This is
It
the
says-
monotheist group editor translation. Read it, guys. This is the translation you choose for me. Stop lying.
No. Fight those who do not believe in God or the last day. So it says, nor do they restrict what God and his messenger have restricted, nor do they uphold the system of truth from among the people who have been given the book. Talking
Thank
about
you.
the Quran.
Who are they? The
until
one,
they
the
pay
people.
reparations
Wonderful. Who are
until
they?
they're-
You said it doesn't say Christian or Jews. Who are they? The people of the book.
It doesn't say Christian. It's talking about
My
the system
friend,
of
who
truth.
are they? The people of
When
the
you
book.
give them the
Who
book.
are they? The people of the book. The Hindus, the Buddhas, the atheists. Who are
No.
they? Who are they?
It's the polytheists.
Who are
that
they?
explained
The people of the
earlier
book. The
in
people of the
surah.
book are
I just told
polytheists. Are
you.
you a donkey? What is their
Stop
book? What
interrupting.
is the name of their book?
You
What
need
is
to-
the name
you
of
need
the
to
what
learn
is the
to
name
talk
of
to
their
people
book?
like an
What is
adult if you want to
shut
have
up,
a
you
real
idiot. Don't call me
conversation.
again. You are just a kid donkey. Coward. Every single Muslim agree that this is about I lost my voice. Christian friends, do you agree with that? I agree with every verse in the Old Testament, and we are not ashamed of it. But because you are ashamed, you are covering up. You are reading for me a book written thousands of years ago, fit for their time, and because the Jews are people of dignity, not like you, who your prophet allow you to hire women for sex. So if a woman, she did do adultery, anyway, the punishment for adultery in the Jewish law is death. It is death anyway. And your prophet, he copied that from the Jews. But yet we cannot fight in the Quran. And you coward, you say to me you follow the Quran only. But we cannot find the punishment of adultery in the Quran of stoning. Why? Because the goat ate it. And look, we showed him the translation he chose. He jumped it. He did not read the people of the book, and he did not agree. He did not say who are those people of the book. And later at the end, he says the polytheist. What is the polytheist? Is that a new religion? What is that? Who is the one giving the book? What is the name of the book? What's that? Coward. But I'm so glad that you've been cut and recorded. Christian Prince, do you agree with burning? Do you agree with the stoning? Today we don't stone. Obviously we don't do that. What does that mean? That means that this was fit for that time. Even Jesus in his time, he said to them, to the women who the Jews, they were going to stone her, he said, I don't judge you too, and he let her free. Jesus said, it's been said to you, but I say to you, which means there is something being said to the Jews, and there is something being said to us, including the Jews too, who follow the Messiah. You are silly and you are stupid. The children of Adam, they used to have sex with their sister. Can we do that? It was allowed for a reason, for a time. But you Muslims, you are ashamed of your book. But the most amazing thing that this person who is opening Google and try to ask me questions about the Bible, he said amazing answers like the sun set in the murky water. And the sun, yes, every day goes from the east to the west, agreeing with the Quran and claiming that this is what is right. You might agree, disagree about the Bible, but to be honest, always about the Old Testament, we have to compare how people used to live thousands of years ago. When the Jews, they have Allah, other nations, they used to eat each other alive. Actually, not long time ago, Christianity come to many nations, and those nations used to eat people alive. They cook them, they eat them. So we are talking about Allah when the Arab, your ancestors, Muhammad himself, he used to worship stones thousands of years after Moses, kissing stones. And if this is horrible, why your prophet he follow Moses and why he approve him? You see what happened always, you will see somebody, he will come in the year 2019. He says, look what it says here. Well, go there and live at that time. At that time, everybody lived by the sword and died by the sword. And this is a small society. They are called Jews. They want to be sure that this is an extreme punishment, so nobody will do it. So when you do that, you know that what you are going to face. You do it, it's mean you choose the punishment. You have no problem. When here in America it says if you kill somebody, some state agree with the execution, they will execute you. It's mean you don't care. Execute me, I will kill him. When you break the law, knowing what the punishment is not a secret. That's mean you are willing to take care, to take all the way up to the punishment if they discover you did. So when we speak about something, we speak about it in the time and in the history. We don't compare it today. Until now in Texas there is a law, it says women underwear are not allowed to published in the public with men underwear. When we hear this we laugh. But because you are comparing a law was exist 200 years ago with today, where neither men or women wearing underwear no more. So you know, when a Muslim he tried to put down the Old Testament, we laugh at you. Muhammad, he came thousands of years after Moses, and he take us back to the cave time. And the proof, it is you who said that the sun set in a murky water. That is beyond the cave time. And look here at the Prophet Muhammad, who is supposedly a prophet of God. He says that if a woman they are lesbian, we jail them until they die. Do you agree with jailing women who they are lesbian until they die? What, you will say no, or you will say yes, or you are a hypocrite? The law of Moses is the law of Moses. Now this is your law. And if somebody is a gay, we beat him with sandals. And here you see how the God of Islam is discriminating between men having sex together and women having sex together. If a man have sex with a man, we beat him with sandal, and if he repent, we let him go. But if a woman having sex with the women, we jail them until they die. What kind of justice is that? Why the punishment for women she is being lesbian is jail until they die, but if a man is being a gay, he repent, and the punishment maximum, you beat him with sandal. You beat a gay with a sandal, he get excited. Sandals, and if you repent, you let him go. But yet the women, if she have the same crime, we jail them until they die. Why? Which one is more ugly? Two women kissing each other, touching each other, or a man doing a man? Which one is more ugly? So why the punishment of the women have no mercy, and until death you jail them, but a man, if you repent, he go? So you don't follow the, why you Muslims you claim that you are follow the law of Abraham and the law of Moses? The law of Moses doesn't say that. You are a hypocrite. You claim that Muhammad claiming that Moses was a Muslim prophet. Okay, where is the Muslim prophet who followed Moses? The Muslim prophet. Moses is a Muslim prophet, Muhammad is a Muslim prophet. So how come the law of Muhammad has nothing to do with the law of Moses? And you notice like how he keeps shouting, talking, he will not answer. I said to you, I agree with everything in the Bible. I agree with everything. Those things fit perfectly for that time. At that time, people don't have even law. People, people live by the sword and die by the sword. Israel, the whole nation, been taken as slaves. The whole nation, not 100, 200. They grab them all as if they are goats. Have you ever heard of such a thing? So you want to compare people who live 3,000 years ago with people who live 3,000 years ago. Not you come today where women they go in the beach and they are almost wearing nothing. You see, when we compare the Quran, we compare it with the Quran, not with today. We prove Islam to be false at the time of Muhammad, not necessarily today. Hypocrisy. And look, he said to me, I don't believe in the hadith. But isn't it the Quran said that you have to obey the Prophet in order to obey Allah? How you don't believe in the hadith? You are a hypocrite. But I believe he said to me that so he will avoid showing him the hadith. He will say to himself, okay, I will say to him I don't believe in the hadith, and that will cut any try from him to get me busted from the hadith. I will say I don't believe in the hadith. That's it, it's gone. But the Quran written in the same time, and there's nobody have the Quran. Actually, nobody have the book of Al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari does not exist. Nobody have the book of Sahih Muslim. Does not exist. Nobody. Those books are not printed. This is somebody claim that this is what Al-Bukhari said. Same for the Quran. We don't have the Quran. Nobody have the Quran. All the Qurans they have is written centuries after Muhammad. It's coming from a recitation. Even the official Quran, which is printed by Saudi Arabia, in the first page it says that this Quran is according to the recitation of Muhammad. Recitation. Because there's no book. So what is your book? And not only that, Muhammad himself, he said that the one who obey the messenger, he obey Allah. You say I don't believe in the hadith. That's mean the Quran proven to us to be short of logic, because now how we can obey the Prophet if we don't receive the word of the Prophet? Correct, guys? If I'm a Muslim, God forbid, and I want to obey the messenger, how I can obey the messenger if I did not get the words of the messengers? Because the Quran says I have to obey the messenger, and by obeying the messenger I obey Allah, because Muhammad is more important than Allah. Okay, I want to obey the messenger. Where is the word of the messenger? The Quran is the word of Allah, supposedly. So how you lie to us and you say I am not going to accept the hadith? How we can obey Allah messenger without the hadith? Right? Now listen. I want every one of you to copy this video, especially since we start talking, and let everybody laugh at this cult who believe that the sun set in the murky water, and this guy trying to convince us that the sun is so small. Actually, you know what? I'm going to replay it. Hold on. I don't know how long ago he called me, because this is fun. When he started talking, by the way, I thought he is like I mean, he's being funny or something, you know, but this guy is serious. This guy is serious. He's very serious. He's talking about, you just said how we see the sun. That's mean that the sun setting, sunset, sunrise, correct?
I mean, you can say that water is running. You know, is that wrong?
No, the water is running.
Yes, water is running.
No, water is running. If it's running,
it doesn't literally run.
No, it does.
It doesn't literally run, just like the sun. It moves.
No, it does. It does.
Like
the water run. The water move from A to B.
Water has legs. You're saying that water can run with legs. Water doesn't have legs.
My friend, running have nothing to do.
I'm saying
running have to do nothing to do.
Okay.
Remember. First of all, you are not reading the Quran. Quran is not meant to be in English. In Arabic, it says tajri.
It actually is.
Tajri. No, it's in Arabic. Tajri.
Yeah, I know.
The word tajri, it's mean
go ahead.
You run. It's running from location to location. Now, you said and you agreed that this is about how we see the sun. So Allah speaking here about the sun setting, the sun rising, but this is absolutely false. The sun does not set, the sun does not rise.
All it says is that it runs to a specific destination, and running is interpreted the same way that water is running.
Okay,
it moves to a certain destination, which it does every single day. It's just a
all right. If we go just a 2 verses down, you can read the verse before it. You can read the verse before it. And the moon after it have measured in their mansion. The Quran believe that the moon have mansions, and this is what the religions before believe, that the moon he have mansions, he live in the places, and he moved from place to place. And people, even the Sabian, they used to go, and when the moon disappear, they go to the second town to welcome him in the other town, because this is a new moon. Now here you notice that the moon have houses, and he says to you, and he run in the old way, as it was in the old way. But this is not true. I mean, this is false. Now if you go in verse number 40, it says, it's not permitted for the sun to catch up the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day. Each just swim along in its own orbit. Is that correct?
Yeah, swimming in an orbit. But let's take one thing at a time. It's also important to quote the Quran correctly and not just interpret it, like not just use your own words every time. So 36:39 says, and the moon we have measured it to appear in stages until it returns like an old palm sheath, which it does. It's like the different stages of the moon, which is
but here it says it live in mansions. And is that true? There's mansions for the moon?
No, I'd say that in the Quran.
It says?
It says it appears.
It says it's in front of us. Everybody can read. I'm reading your Muslim translation, not my translation.
Yeah, which one are you talking about? 36:39?
Yes.
Yeah, it says, and the moon we have to appear in stages. What? So if you want to read from the one that I read from, it's the monotheist translation.
What translation you are reading?
Here, I'll post it in chat. You can Google it. It's called the monotheist translation. Otherwise, you can go here.
Monotheist?
To
what does that mean, monotheist?
Yeah, monotheist means one monotheist. That's what we are. We reverence one God.
That is a new form. Monotheist. Let me see if we have it here.
Yeah.
Monotheist.
It says it in it as well. It talks about monotheism.
Okay. Yeah, but my friend, do you speak Arabic?
Only some. I don't speak it fluently because it's not my native tongue. But I should learn it.
This translation is absolutely false, my friend. It says, وَالْقَمَرُ قَدَّرْنَا مَنَازِلَ حَتَّى عَادَ كَالْأَرْجُونُ الْقَدِيمِ. So it says the word manazil. So how this guy, whoever translated this translation, he said, you can copy this word manazil as you see in the screen, post it in Google, and you will see it mean houses or mansions. So this is a false translation.
Well, there's lots of translations that translate it that says the moon we have measured it to appear in stages, and Arabic is a rich language.
Anyway, guys, you can play it later. Please download the video after we finish, and you can cut the part where if you want to make it short, where this Muhammadan, he says the sun is swimming and going in the murky water. Actually, I just got some coffee. I missed the coffee. But it's very funny how a Muslim always try to fabricate. Right away, they don't want interpretation of any scholar. They don't want the hadith. And he is a Muslim. He is the one who understands the Quran. And now, after understanding the Quran, he come with the conclusion that the sun set in the murky water. Hey Zuha, how are you? Guys, Zuha, she was making fun in her comment. I made a video about her comment, if you remember. She said how the Bible says that the sun is created in the fourth day. How are you, Zuha? Zuha, so you are making fun of the Bible for saying that, but the Bible says in the beginning, God, not Allah, created the light. So we have light, but in your Quran, Allah created the light at the end. And not only that, your prophet, he says Allah created the sun in Wednesday. So what do you think, Zuha? Do you like to laugh at Allah? Because you said this is against the science. Everybody, I have a video, everybody can watch it. Your comment is there. Correct, guys? Your comment is there. I am a normal human being. I'm so glad that you are a normal human being. Why? I was expecting you to have 4 legs. I know you are a human being. That's why I'm talking to you. Otherwise, I will not talk to you. Like when we talk to cats, we say meow, meow. I'm talking English to you, so obviously you're a human being. I'm talking to you. So what this have to do with my question? Why you made fun of the Bible saying how God can create the sun in 4 days, and this is against science? But while the Quran says Allah created the sun at the last day. So now you're a human being, like a week ago you were not. Isn't it? This is Quran, your Quran. Let us go to the Quran. This is your Quran, not my Quran. It says that Allah, the last thing He created, it was the lamps. The last thing after He finished everything, the human, the animals, everything. So what we will do now, Zuha? What do you think? Chapter 41, verse number 10. Allah He create, number 9 actually. He created the earth in 2 days. And then in 4 days, He put mountains on the top of the earth. Allah, He imported mountains from Home Depot. He brought the trucks, and then He placed the mountains in the top of the earth. Okay. And then He created the grass and the trees and everything, as you see. And then after that, He went to the sky. And the sky was totally smoke. There's nothing there. Nothing. Smoke. Nothing. And then He completed them as 7 heavens. All right. And then He created the lights only in the lowest heaven. This is the last thing Allah He did. Do you see it? The last thing Allah did, He created the day and the night according to this verse. So what do you think, Zuha? Are you going to leave Islam now? First, read your Bible. I agree with my Bible. Yes, guys. How many times I need to re-say? You see, this is the difference between us and you. You Muslims are ashamed of. You make fun of the Bible when we show you what is in front of the Quran, especially if it's agreement. You bite your tongue. You say I was a human. I'm just a human. I agree with my Bible. What's wrong? Why you don't agree with your Quran? Do you agree with your Quran? How many times I need to repeat saying I agree with my Bible? Do you agree with your Quran? No, I know how to refute. Get you busted. I agree with my Bible. Do you agree with your Quran? Either you say yes or no. Do you like to call me Zuha? Do you like to give me a call? Call me, and you can read for me from the Bible, by the way. No problem. I like it. But obviously you don't want us to read your Quran. That's why you're upset. And you pause for us, read the book of Judges. Okay, what is the book of Judges in the Quran? Why we don't have it? How come the Jews they have it, you don't have it? Where is the Psalm? Where is the book of Moses in the Quran? I mean, what kind of book this book is? Why the book of the Jews have every prophet book, and in the book of Muhammad there's nothing but fairy tale stories? Where is the stories of Moses? Where is the book of Moses? Shouldn't the Quran, if you Muslim, you say that Moses was a Muslim prophet, shouldn't the Quran be a book by itself additional to the book of Moses? You say to us that Isa was a Muslim prophet, shouldn't the Quran be additional book to the book of Isa? Where is the book of Isa? Islam religion is like an orphan religion. It is an orphan. There's no daddy, there's no mommy, there's no books, there's no reference, there's no witnesses. Nothing. There's no manuscript. Where is the Quran itself? Where is the Quran? Who is a Muslim want to show me the Quran? There's no Quran. Even you Muslims, you say to us that Uthman, he burned all the Quran. Why Uthman burning the Quran? He have Islamophobia? Why Uthman did that? I think Uthman was the first Islamophobia. Shame on you, Uthman. Uthman, the caliphate, was Islamophobia, burning the Quran. Stupid. I don't agree with burning the Quran. Why you want to burn it? Let us read it and love. But obviously Uthman was Islamophobia. Anyone can tell me why Uthman he burned the Quran? I will tell you why. The only reasons even though I'm not there, that the other Quran are not the same. He wanted to unite the Quran because there's many books, they are different. Otherwise, why he want to burn the Quran? Imagine I have 1 billion copy of the Bible. Why I want to burn it? Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? And by the way, the verse we see in front of us on the screen, chapter 41, verse number 12 and 10 and 9, 11, it's total contradiction for chapter 79, because in chapter 79 Allah created the heaven first and then he finished the earth. In chapter 41 Allah created the earth first and then he finished the heaven, which is a clear evidence that the Quran cannot be a book of God. I mean, this is the most simple way to see how silly the Quran is. Have you ever heard of a God who don't remember the order of his creation? Huh? Hey, somebody saying to me, that's a good one. Guys, somebody says to me, I am from the Mossad. Do you like to work for us? I work for Jesus, my friend. What Mossad? I don't know how stupid what you are saying to me. We work for Jesus. This is our employer. What Mossad? I know how silly you are. And what I would do for you? Huh? What I would do for you? I want to work for the Saudi Arabia Mossad. They pay better. What's silly? And by the way, we debate the Jews too. I have many videos getting many Jews busted. So what do you want me to work for? I get a lot of Jews busted. If you bring me Netanyahu here, I will spank him. Do we have any Abdul? Anyone? Yeah, you know, we don't take a side. I mean, anyone who is wrong, he's wrong. That's it. I made many videos, you know, rabbi, even Christian minister, Protestant, Catholic, I don't care. You say something wrong, I'm against you. It doesn't matter who you are. And the Jews, they will not be saved unless they accept the Messiah. They are not better than the Muslims. There's no salvation but by the Messiah. As simple as that. Yes, you believe in the same God. Yes, you believe in the Old Testament. But I believe strongly that there's no salvation but by Christ himself. So what if you are a Jew? For me, you don't believe in the Messiah, you are lost. Yeah, we are not talking about who blow up himself. This is not the topic. You see, we are talking about salvation. We are talking about at the end of the day, you see, all of us, we will die. For me as a Christian, I believe there is no salvation except by the Messiah. Moses will not save me. Abraham will not save me. Nobody will save me. There's one name only can save me. As simple as that. This is what Christianity is about. I am the door. I am the truth. I am the resurrection. And yet the Muslims, they say to us where Jesus says, I am God, worship me. That's a good one, isn't it? I am the life. I mean, even by the way, Allah, he tried to copy the name of Jesus, which means Muhammad. So Allah, he can't call himself the resurrector. That is Jesus. Allah resurrect nobody. Show me where Allah, he was able to resurrect even a chicken. Stories, no witnesses for anything. Even the Quran says it clearly. that Allah He refrained from sending miracles. Have you ever heard of a God He refrained? Why? Are you from the yellow vest in France? What do you want? You want less tax? God always make miracle. He's a miracle. Whatever He do, it's a miracle. Whatever God He do, it is a miracle. So how God, who is a miracle, He cannot do miracles no more, and He says we refrain? That's an excuse. You refrain? Nice to meet you, Mr. Refrain. And when the Muslims they say that the Prophet of Allah have a miracle, what is that? Marrying a child, she is 6 years old. What is that? Go into the seventh heaven and there is no witnesses? Show me the miracles of Muhammad in the Quran. They say to you, the moon, brother, the moon, split the moon. The Quran never says Muhammad is split the moon. The Quran says the judgment is near and the moon is split. As of Allah have nothing to do with it. Guys, if I say the judgment day is near and the hurricane came, does that mean I am the one who made the hurricane? No. Obviously it's not me, because if I am Allah and I am saying that to you, then there is no way I will say the judgment is near and the moon is split. I should say the judgment day is near and I split the moon. Correct? I split the moon. You don't tell me the moon is split. And by the way, the statement alone is a proof that Muhammad is a false prophet. He saw an eclipse and he believed that the moon split. Do you see it? The hour judgment is sight and the moon eclipse. This is a guy he is reporting the news. This is not a God telling me what he did. Okay, guys, the thunder is in the sky and the rain is coming. Oh, but I did not say I am the one who made the thunder. Neither I am the one who sent the rain. You see it? This is the miracle they claim. And this miracle proven to us that Islam is to be false, because if Muhammad making a prophecy according to his God, he is saying the judgment day is near, but this is 1400 years ago and the judgment day is not until now, it's not here. And how the moon split? Where okay, did we glue it together again? By the way, yesterday I bought a crazy glue. Do you think Allah he used a crazy glue at that time? Oh boy. Do we have any Abdul? By the way, crazy glue is good. Crazy glue will fit perfectly with the crazy Quran. Because you have to be crazy to believe that the moon split asunder. And what happened? Allah changed his mind after he split it. Okay, this is a sign of judgment day. That's mean judgment day. So what happened? He changed his mind. He put it together again. He looked suddenly at his smartwatch. He said, oh, it's too early. I'm going to change the hour now. You split it already. And now we heard the Abdul trying to convince us that the sun really set in murky water. And look, I said to him murky water. He says no, not murky water, hot water. Supposedly, like, I mean, it make a difference. By the way, he was correcting me. I said murky. Actually, he is right. It's hot water. But look, he's like, this is the man is consistent. Like, no, it's not the murky water. It's a black, dirty, hot water. Oh, okay. And the sun is there now. Oh, okay. And then they go and they quote for you from the Old Testament, says, do you agree with this? I agree with every single word in the Old Testament. We are not like you, ashamed of our book. Why I will not agree? That's why we call it the Holy Book. Otherwise, why we call it Holy Book? Why we have it as our book? There's a law was given to people who they live in a time, and that is their law. And this is why Jesus he completed the law, he fulfilled the law. I did not came to destroy, I came to complete. So the law was not perfected yet, and the Messiah he perfected the law. So people before the Messiah was living by the law. People after the Messiah, they are living by the grace of God. Even the Jews, they understood the law wrong. When Jesus he do something in the Saturday, in Sabbath, helping somebody, the Jews they say, why, what are you doing? This is Sabbath. So what Jesus said to them? Sabbath was made for the man, not the man made for Sabbath. So you go and you say to me, the book says Sabbath, Sabbath. If you break the Sabbath, we will do this to you. But obviously the Jews, they were not practicing the law correctly. They have their own wrong interpretation. Yeah, this is not a verse, my friend. The verse about if Muhammad he like a woman, her husband must divorce her, is not a verse. This is in the interpretation. You know the story where Muhammad he liked his own son wife. Let me show you the interpretation. But those you will not find in English anyway. Just to let you know. And I don't think ever the Muslims will translate. But you can get my books, Sex and Allah, and you will be able to read. Let me first give you the link, but this is in Arabic. This is in Arabic. But what you can do, you can open with Google and you can translate the whole page. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is official website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I posted the link for you. So what you can do, you can translate. Let me show you where it's going to appear. But maybe in the translation it will be different. Here where it says and from what is it was lawful for the prophet, which means only Allah gave it to the Muhammad only. The first, the best of the booty. Muhammad, he will get the biggest TV in the booty. We attack a house, I take the best of it. Allah made for him an order alone. Then number two, to take the fifth from the booty. Number three, the prayer. Number four, to have increase of number of wives. Number five, to offer women by hiba, which means to give herself. You do not need to marry her. You do not need to ask for engagement. She gave herself. She is lawful. Number six, to have sex with the women without the permission of her father. Number seven, to do that, to have sex with the women without paying a dowry, because it's sex, is not marriage. Number eight, to have sex during doing Hajj or going around the Kaaba. Number nine, if he take an oath, he can take an oath to his wife, but he can break it. It's lawful for him. Number 10, and here is the problem, or all of them, they are problem actually. إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها. If his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her, and it is lawful for him to F her. Let us use a Google translation. All right, Google will not really give a good translation, but you know. All right. Here we go. You see, this is the auto translation. If he sees his eyes on a woman, for sure here translation is not correct. If his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. Kabich? Do you see it? Number 10. So all what you need to do, the link I gave you, use Google translation. It's not accurate, but better than nothing. I mean, this is a prophet of God. If his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. Why? Why? What is that? What does have to do with religion? What does have to do with God? So because I'm a prophet of God, if I like your wife, you have to give her to me? If your wife, she walk by and she serve me some tea or some coffee and I like her, you have to divorce her immediately so I can sleep with her. And by the way, all cult leaders, they share the same thing. All cult leaders, they tell many women to sleep with them. All the women who come to their religion, they want to sleep with them. And you see, this is the Islamic official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let me post the link again. You can open it with Google. Be sure you open it with Google, so you can click and do Google translation to the language you speak. I don't know which language you have, and right away you go to number 10. What those numbers you are giving me, Bomba? What those numbers, Bomba? Any Muslim? Any Muhammadan? Call Abbas. Abbas is driving. Abbas is driving, and he's a prophet. He goes to the heaven, he come back, nobody see him, even his wife, she was asleep. By the way, yesterday, what happened to the prophet happened to me. 3 angels, they come to me, and they cut my chest from here to here, actually to there. No, not to here. Like, you know, maybe a foot later. Yeah, there. Yeah, they cut my foot, my you know, they cut me from here to here. Actually, let me show you. I just have stitches here. This is not the stitches. This is no, this is the. I don't know. It looked like a high heel. Somebody throw a high heel or something. Okay, so they cut from here to here, and then the angels, they after they cut my chest, they took all the material out, and they washed them with water of Zamzam. And if you don't believe me, I have witnesses. Witness number 1: did you see me where the angels were cutting? Yes, it sounds like my voice, but he is the other me, because I am many people. I have Shafran, what you call it, Shafranitza. My English is funny, so forgive me. Ooh, What is this guy is talking about? That's anyone he tell you I went to heaven, I came back, and then you believe? No witnesses, no proof. Okay, he went to heaven. Did he see how the earth looked like? So after he went to heaven, he come with the conclusion that the sun set in murky water. This is what happened to us if we go to the space. And by the way, why the angels they cut his chest and they wash it with the material in his chest with Zamzam? What does that mean? I mean, what about wash it with the Ariel? There's many good detergent exist in the market, and they are really good. I mean, angel sent by Allah, and he took all his material in his belly. What does have to do with going to the heaven? By the way, I heard, brothers, that hold on, let us call Zach and I. Christian Prince, I told you don't call me late at night, and I am sleeping right now with my four wives. But brother Zach and I, we have a very urgent question, and we need the answer immediately. I told you once at the time. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to call the police for you. You are not relied, brother. But we need to know what is the connection between cutting the chest of the prophet and his stomach and taking everything off and washing it with Zamzam to go to the heaven. Christian Prince, I'm going to get you busted. According to NASA, all the space people who went to the heaven, actually to the space, before they went to the moon, what they do to them? They do surgery, and they are sure that they are very healthy. So they do X-ray. In the time of the prophet, there's no X-ray. So the angel, they cut his teeth and they took everything off to be sure everything is fine, and then they put it back. So because they want to be sure that he is healthy because he will go to the space? Absolutely. And I think now I got you busted. Well, I have to agree. I mean, your answers, by the way, is amazing. Amazing how fast you make those answers. I told you I'm smarter than you, and I am more sexy than you, and I know it. And don't call me again. Hello. He hang up. Anyone knows what the point? So they cut his chest to be sure he's healthy? Is that why? No. The hadith says, okay, I forgot to tell him. Call him again? According to the hadith, guys, according to the hadith, which means according to Muhammad tell, they cut his chest so they can install in his chest a dish of faith and a dish of wisdom. Let us find the hadith. Have you ever heard of a religion like this? God, he make his prophet surgery, plastic surgery, to install a dish of faith and dish of wisdom. If you don't believe me, here we go. This is the hadith in front of you, and this is Sahih al-Bukhari. So you cannot say it's weak, it's strong, it's whatever, fat, you know. Here we go. Three angels, they came, and one of the angels said to the other angel, what, okay, the story, and then it says, they took him and they carried him and they placed him beside a well of Zamzam. From among them, Jibril, one of the three angels are Jibril. He took a charge of him, which means Muhammad. Jibril cut open the part of his body between his throat to his belly, not his chest. And then he took all the material off. And by the way, this is very normal. I mean, all prophets before, angels, they cut their material and take it off because it's you know, I mean, rust, garbage, you know, you never know, you know. And then they took from his chest, guys, read how Christian Prince he read this word, abandonment, and I learned this from Zach and I, don't blame me. And then washed it with Zamzam water with his own hands till he cleansed the inside of his body. And then a golden tray contained a golden bowl full of belief and wisdom brought, and Jibreel stuffed his chest and throat blood vessels with it, and then he closed his chest. Okay. In the Middle East, this is exactly how we earn our wisdom. Allah, he sent us an angel. He have with him 2 dishes. And by the way, the dish, one of gold. They are made of gold. I mean, Allah, do you think Allah in his kitchen, they have like what? Plastic? Gold. And like me, I did not go to school. That's why my English is perfect. Because Allah, he installed English in my chest. And this is why, again, quote unquote, my English is perfect. Because Allah, he installed a dish of English in my chest. Otherwise, I do not know English. Like I woke up after the surgery, I start saying hello, it's me you are looking for, you know. Otherwise, I know nothing about. The only English word I know, si senor, before the surgery. After the surgery, I learned English and I start speaking English, like saying takbir or alhamdulillah, you know. And this is I have witnesses for that. And if you don't believe me, I mean, why Muslims need witnesses for my stories? Here we go. Muhammad have no witnesses, and they believe in it. Do you Muslims believe in it or no? You say yes. Okay. So if I say now I went to the 7th heaven and there's 3 angels, they came and they cut my chest and they put what? By the way, in my chest I have 500 pixel display. They installed it there, and the fast charge battery. And I have Android, not Android, because Android is made by the kuffar. Android is made by Allah. 1000 Android, and they put all those things, you know, in my chest. And now I'm very smart. I know everything. You know, ask me any question. Okay, the gentleman there is asking me questions. Where is Brazil? Crazy. Brazil in Brazil. It's in Brazil. You know, ask me a different question. Where is Africa? In Africa. What's wrong with you? I told you I know everything. Yeah, and I know things you do not know. As an example, I have a cat. Her name is Susu. Do you know the name of my cat? You don't. I know it. That's proof that I am God. Worship me. This is what Allah he did with his angels. The angels, they said to him, Adam will commit sin. Allah, he said, told them, I know not what you don't know. And then he taught Adam the names, and then he placed the things, and he said to the angels, okay, tell me the names of those things. The angels, they look, this one we do not know, and this one we do not know, and this one we don't know. So Allah, he said, okay, Adam, your turn now. Tell them the names I taught you. Adam starts saying rabbit, cow, microwave. And the angels like, wow, how Allah he knew the names. He is the one who gave the names for those things, so how he will not know it? What Christian Prince look like? This is a very tough question for me because I am unlike anything. It's like when you ask a Muslim how Allah look like, what he will say. If you remember when I was debating Dr. Nabil Baikli, he says to me, okay, Christian Prince, Allah is a physical being and he have a leg. Do you think his leg is like yours? And I was looking at my leg. I said, man, good, thank God his leg is not like mine. I mean, if you see my leg, you will die from being terrified. But what does this have to do with the question? And why Allah leg have to look like my leg? It doesn't matter, but he have leg. It look like my leg, it doesn't look like my leg, but still, why Allah have a leg? And how he look like? When you say he have a leg, it's me have a leg. Anyway, Do we have any Abdul? Anyone? Actually, I'm afraid that one day the atheist will use how I look like against us as a Christians to prove that we are coming from the ape. This is why I don't open my camera, brother. I'm not handsome like the Prophet Muhammad. There's a video, a guy, he described how the Prophet looked like. I don't know if how many of you watch it. If you watch it, you will die laughing. He says, there's a guy, he came in the middle of the night, and then he saw the Prophet, and then look at the moon, and then he looked at the Prophet, and then he looked at the moon, and then he looked at Prophet, and then he looked at the moon, and then he looked at the Prophet. And the guy is like, he is very emotional when he's talking in the video. Let me do it the same he do it. He came, and the Prophet was coming, and there's a background music, like, you know, very, very sincere music. And he saw the Prophet, and he saw the moon, and he looked at the moon, and he looked at the prophets, and he looked at the moon, and he looked at the Prophet, and he looked at the moon, and he looked at the Prophet, and he looked at the moon, and he looked at the Prophet. Come on, are we going to stay the whole night saying that? Conclusion: the Prophet is whiter than the moon. That's the whole story. People these days, they spend money to get dark skin, my friend. But those Arab are obsessed with the white. You go in the Middle East, you will find every Arabian woman, every mother. My son, I want to make you. I wanted you to marry a beautiful white girl. And you say to yourself, oh boy, my mom, she chose for me a white girl. Okay, she have to be white, you know. Otherwise, it's not. Actually, in the old days, I don't know if you know, I told you that Muhammad, he promised them that a woman will have 1 mile bomb, right? 1 mile in the heaven. You know, when I was a kid, there was a song, and I could not really understand what it's mean in Arabic, but it's a nice song. I mean, as a words, it says that there is a woman. She was so beautiful to the point the camel could not carry her. And I was asking myself, what is the connection between the beauty of the women and the camel is not able to carry her? I could not find any connection. I mean, the song is this, what the song says. And then later I figure out from the elders, they say that in the old days, if a woman, she is very heavy duty, you know what I'm talking about, very big, you know, that means she is so beautiful. And if the camel could not carry her, that means she is the beauty queen. Not like today, everybody want to lose weight, blah 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 blah. Go back in time. You can eat as much as you can, and still the men, they will be fighting to marry you. They will be like, please, please marry me, you know. And you say, no, 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 I have to eat more. So in the old days, the the bigger you are as a woman, that's mean you are healthy and you are good. You will give a lot of babies, and the babies will be big. So if you are skinny, you know, that means you are sick. That means something wrong with you. So this is why the songs, and this is why Muhammad, he promised the Muslims that the women will be so white, extremely white, to the point you can see through the marrow of their bones. You remember the hadith, right? You see it? Because the Arab, they love women who they are extremely white. Not only white, they have to be really, really white. This is why the word hur is about something extremely white, and it's a transparent. You know, it's like a grape. Grape is hur. Grape. If you look at the grape, you put it in the light, you see through. You see the seed. You know. Anyway. All right, I think we are done for today. I know that we have 966 people. What? Why we have 966 people? Only 776 they like my video. 13 Muslims did not like it. Why? How sad. How sad. Guys, what do you think if I have a TV station, big one, and I'm doing every day a show? How many millions will watch it? And how many people will sue me for dying laughing? Hmm? Unbelievable. You will destroy me in a debate? Can't you destroy me without a debate, please? Why only in the debate, Solomon? Do you like to call me Solomon? Solomon wanna destroy me in a debate. Okay, Solomon, shall we start? Do you wanna call me? Or maybe you are just trying your keyboard. It's a new keyboard. Is that the case? Why you said that? Is that why you said that? Because I know there's many Muslims they say things to me they don't mean. It's a keyboard thing, like they're trying it. It's a new keyboard. Actually, to be honest with you, since I bought crazy glue yesterday, I am not worried about you calling me because I will glue myself together. I'm not really worried anymore. And I get it for $2 from Walmart. You know, I ask a lady there where I can find the glue. She held me from my hand and took me as if I'm a kid. Why is that? I was like, where are you taking me? Maybe because I'm so short. I think she thought I am Aisha or something. So, Solomon, you want to call me or what? Look like he will not call me. I think he was just practicing shouting. Or maybe he have his girlfriend watching the chat and he want to show her how good he is. But you know that we have to admit, the guy who called us an hour ago, he was the best. I mean, I never like how much I have, how many thousand Muslims I spoke to, tens of thousands. The guy today was unique. We have to admit. Don't forget to download the video and cut that part when he is talking to me about the sunset, please. And remember, this video will not stay for long, so in a few hours from now we will take it down. And by the way, yeah, Noor, uh, if you are posting in your channel my videos and they flag your videos and they delete your channel, always make many channels. Some of them are activated, some they are not, let us say. So when you lose one, just give me a link, we post it here for you and people will subscribe. Very easy, right? Very simple. Don't worry about it. Because he said things as I mean, like he start line at the end about killing, but in the beginning he was saying yes, the sun set in the murky water and the sun move, you know, and so it was usually Muslims they try to hide that. What is that currency? My brother Jesus saved me. 100 nuke. Are you nuking me with 100? Oh boy. Guys, I just received 100 nuke. What is the currency of nuke? What is that? I have 100 nuke now. I am God. To you answer the question. That is the stake between. I am God. You are God, Solomon. Nuke is the currency of Norway. So if I go to Norway and I make 500 nuke, man, I can control the whole earth. That's a good thing. Thank you, my friend, for all the nuke you gave us. Actually, I want to go to Norway, but it's expensive. I mean, the currency of that country will nuke me in the ground before I buy a sandwich there. I will take the first flight and go back. I saw once a video YouTube. He was talking. He bought a sandwich. How much it cost him? It's so expensive. So your nuke will nuke us down if we go to. I will be homeless there. No, actually, I saw videos about Norway. It's so beautiful country. It's very beautiful country. Yes, they have a tough winter, but it's really beautiful country. They are lucky actually, and I hope they will take care of their country and they will protect it from all the risk they are facing. Because those countries, they are attracting many foreigners, and you know, if you keep receiving foreigners, then the country will be out of Norwegian, you know, in Norway, and then you yourself, you will become a foreigner in your land, and they will kick you out. You became minority, right? Anyway, I think we have enough for today. Please don't forget to download the video right after we finish. It might take maybe 20 minutes for it to be ready, but specifically the part where we spoke with this guy, please download and share it with your friend. Again, I want to say thank you to be here, and thank you for those who support us. I appreciate you, and thank you for those who download the videos and keep them around. Take care, and I will try again to be here tomorrow. Maybe we can find another fish which is fishy, right? Let us hope. But today I did not really do good, because in the last 3 days we have every day live on air a Muslim leaving Islam. Today we did not make any Muslim leave Islam. At least he told us, but maybe from those who they are listening, there's some they decide to leave Islam. Hearing especially this guy explain how the sun set in murky water, and he is saying that this is what it is. I mean, how after this anyone can believe in such a cult, right? And now I have to go before the sun set in the murky water, and then in order to grab it back I have to walk in the murky water, and I don't like to do that. Thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you, and Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon again. Take care. Bye-bye.